Hello. Hello, 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 hello. People, if you're here, I apologize. I'm maybe 30 seconds late. Actually, I'm not as late as I thought. I thought I was very late. Hello, whoever's here. Lost is the greatest show of all time. I'll fight anyone. I don't think Boondock is still here. Hello, everybody. I had to run and do an emergency job. I barely made it back in time. I'm just getting myself straightened out. What was I doing here? What's up, great one, kid? How are you? I'm just trying to get this going. Here's my friends. Didn't know Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was that Quentin Tarantino movie. What do you mean by that? I'm curious. That could mean a lot of things. I'm just getting everything ready. I literally just ran in the door from work. Did I drool on myself or is my shirt stained? Because this is brand new. I just put this on. Interesting. Just waiting to see a couple more people about that man and his family. That man and his family. Oh, I get what you're saying. Oh, I get what you're saying. You didn't know that was that movie? I thought you were joking, but now I get what you're saying. You didn't know that was like that movie? What's up, little chub? Hello, everybody. I think people are starting to come. Hello, hello. I just got back from work. I was supposed to have like hours to prep for this. I literally walked in the door like 2 seconds ago. Apologize. Did you see the new Batista movie? No. What's it called? Stupor or Stumper or something? I did not see it yet, but I heard very good things about it. I think it's like Stumper or Stupor. Stobber. I don't know. Mind me while I adjust myself because I'm totally not ready for any of this. Ugh. I thought Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was phenomenal. I watched it 3 times already, maybe 4. I've watched it a fair share of times already, guys. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood ranks up there with my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies. Probably like 3 or 4 on Quentin Tarantino scale. I was keeping up on Shockingly Vile and Wicked and my friend Dahmer that slipped through the cracks. I didn't see either of those, but people told me Shockingly Vile and Wicked was very slow moving and boring. People actually told me like skip it. I don't know if that's the consensus of the group, but everyone I talked to was basically like, you don't need to see it, just skip it. They said it was very slow and dragging. Big Bad Bound. Hey, Jay. Hello. Do I know you? I feel like I know you because I've never talked to you on here before, at least that I remember. I apologize that I'm out of breath and chugging water. I literally got off of work at 7. I was like, all right, I'm good to go. Yes, it's a lease. From the steak. Oh, hello. Hello from the steak place. I know what you're referring to. I figured, is your brother going to be on? My brother is the one that made the thumbnail for it. So I'm assuming he'll be here shortly. He's the one that literally talked to me earlier today. He was like, hey, you're going to do a live stream because I'm going to do a thumbnail. And he should be in this room. I guess he's running a little late. I myself barely made it for my own. And I was like a minute or 2 late. But I'm just trying to get my air on and get everything relaxed. Normally I sit in my chair and I like prepare everything, but I literally ran in the door and just hit live. I had everything ready to go from before. So luckily my bed was made and everything. See this pillow though? It's got a crease and I'm a perfection freak and that crease is going to bother me. It's all right, but you have to know it's more about the feeling of knowing the man before knowing it was guilty and less about the murders. I get what you're saying. There's so much content and things to watch that if somebody even like, if someone says to me, Yeah, you could skip that one. Then it immediately like goes to the bottom of my list because there's just so much things that people recommend to me or like things I want to watch that it's just, if I hear negative feedback, I immediately just plummet things to my bottom. You don't do a live stream. Yeah, I didn't do one. Sorry, great one, kid. I had to plan a surprise birthday for my sister last week. So it was on a Saturday and I had all my jobs on Friday and Sunday to prepare. I had to skip the live stream just because I don't mind that these run really long, but usually they end up running 3, 4, sometimes 5 hours. And I had so much things to prepare for Saturday last week that I just totally skipped it. I might skip it next week too, because I'm going to Monster Mania and I think I have to leave at 5 or 6 in the afternoon. So I might skip the live stream next week too, but I'm going to do live streams from Monster Mania. So there won't be the scheduled one like I do here from my room, but there'll probably be like ones from my hotel room and stuff like that. You guys interested in Monster Mania? I'm meeting Robert Englund, the guy who played Lo Pan from Big Trouble in Little China. All these obscure people are going there, and I have like appointments to meet and greet with all of them. So I definitely meeting Robert Englund. I can't remember the dude's name that plays Lo Pan, but the actor who plays Lo Pan is going in full Lo Pan costume and doing autographs. So that's pretty cool. Did I see the new Dave Chappelle comedy show? If it was the one you're talking about that aired in the last year or so, then yes, I did, unless something brand new came out. I saw like it was like a 2-parter Dave Chappelle thing that came out. I saw that. I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but did you ever see Dave? No. So there's a new one, a new Dave Chappelle. If that's the case, then no, I did not see it. I'm just getting out. I'm dying of thirst and I literally just got home. So I'm just getting drinks set up for my 5 hours of talking. Oh, so who is in this room? We got Lil Chubb. Are you still? I'm assuming everyone's still in the room. I feel like I should get closer and then tuck in like this. And I'm going to prop myself up so I could like relax a little. All right, people. Who has seen Lost? I'm going to get into this. Who has seen Lost in this room? Because I have been on a huge Lost, like I've been obsessed with it over the last couple days or a week or so. I've been back on the Lost kick, and I'm curious who in my fandom has seen it. And I'm going to open this drink while I do it. Charmed Original. You are new to me, and you even have a fleur-de-lis as your symbol. I'm a fan already. Are you new to my group? I mean, you're new to this, but are you new to my channel? Because I have not got involved in chat with you before that I know of. Oh, sorry, guys. I got to stretch. My back is killing me. So what do we have? Up. Terry Silver is coming back to Cobra Kai because one of the castmates put on their Instagram that if Terry Silver comes back, it will be a rude awakening. I know a bit about it in the end, but I haven't seen it. Oh, you're talking about Lost. No, I've been watching for a while. Charmed Original, it's good to have you in the chat. I don't know if you guys watch other reactors. I keep forgetting where to look because I have different cameras for everything. But whatchamacallit, if you guys watch other reactors, there's a guy I watch called Fear of Reactions. Day is his name. He just finished Lost. And I marathoned like the last 2 seasons of his reactions. I was rewatching Lost through this guy Day. He literally finished yesterday. I think he finished. He's been watching it for like a year, but he does like 3 or 4 episodes a week. He blew through it pretty quick, like I did with The Wire. The amount of time it took me to blow through The Wire, he did all of Lost, which was twice as long as seasons, but he did like 4 episodes a week. All I see him do is that in Breaking Bad, where I'm doing like 5 or 6 different shows on and off all the time. I have too much on my plate, but he only does Breaking Bad and Lost, and he finished Lost pretty quick. Yeah, Day is amazing. I love his reactions. He was like probably around for about a year when I started doing this. I've been doing this like 6 months now. So he was around for about a year, has about 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers. He's doing decent. And in about a year or so, I probably will be around that. I'm gaining about 1,000 subscribers every 2 months now on that ratio. So by the end of the year, I should be at like 4,000 or 5,000. Hopefully, we'll see if it exponentially keeps growing like it is. But because of Day Day, and there's another girl reactor, they've been watching Lost on a fast pace, and it got me back into the Lost feels. And I rewatched season 6 and was just curious if any avid fans are in the room, had any opinions on it. Because the more I watch the finale of Lost, the more I learned to love it. And Day Day and all them actually were very fond of it. Like all the reactors I see, I feel like if you watched Lost weekly like I did, that you were more invested, like kind of like a Game of Thrones thing. I know Game of Thrones people who binge watched it up until this season and were like okay with this season because they weren't as invested. I was so invested in Game of Thrones and Lost that like I was like, no, this isn't my finale. This isn't what I want. And I feel like that's what happened with Lost. But now I don't feel quite the same. What's up, Ray? People were already asking about you, Ray. People are like, where's your brother? Why isn't your brother in the stream? So you are immediately recognized as being missing. But here you are. There's my brother. But yeah, having watched the Lost finale, unlike Game of Thrones, where it went so far off into the regions of hatred for me, Lost, having had watched it several times through, I'm learning to like it. And I see that people that have basically binge watched it love the finale. I think when you don't put that much thought into it and you're not as invested as the true fans, you learn to love it quicker and easier, maybe. I don't know. I was just curious what other people thought because it was on my head. That's called Stockholm Syndrome. So I have Stockholm Syndrome because I forced myself to love it. I'm basically in denial. I'm like, no, it's great now because I've watched it so many times and I have no choice but to love it. It's actually joy bombing. That one I've never heard. I've never heard that phrase before. No, I've been watching for a while. I know a bit, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I figured I didn't know what topic to do. I've seen as far as new movies go, I saw Hobbs and Shaw. I saw Crawl. I saw them last week though. And I saw them both last week. So I didn't see any of the new releases. I didn't see Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark this week. Heard very good things from everybody. Every review guy I've seen is praising Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. So I have high hopes for that. Definitely going to check that one out. But I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? It doesn't seem like a whole lot of you want to speak about Lost. It doesn't seem like I have a lot of opinions on the matter. But you let me know. I'm gonna sit here and wait because I don't want to talk for 8 hours about random stuff. When you force happiness continuously onto someone without a break, the brain can't handle so much and returns the kindness. Cults use it. It is a knockoff version of Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. Well, it is Fast and the Furious, but you're saying it is a knockoff of the original Fast and Furious? It definitely is. What did you think? Did anyone see Hobbs and Shaw? I was pleasantly surprised. Granted, it is off the wall insanity and is not believable in the least. But they tell you that in the beginning. They basically say, this is what kind of movie this is going to be. And if you don't like it, you could turn it off. So based on the fact they're honest with you up front, I'm okay with it because they don't mislead you. You knew from the trailers, if you went and saw this, you knew from the trailers what kind of movie. If you went in without seeing the trailers, just by knowing who The Rock and Jason Statham are in those movies, you knew it would be like a goofy buddy comedy kind of thing. Who is the black Superman guy? What is his name? Black Adam? Are you speaking of Black Adam? Because The Rock is going to play Black Adam. Did you see the new Taika Waititi satire set in Nazi Germany? No, I did not. You need to check out Lost Reactions. Oh, Hogwarts. I do watch Hogwarts Lost Reactions. They do phenomenal editing. The only thing is they do like 1, maybe 2 a week if you're lucky. They're going to take years. Actually, no. They'll be done in about a year. In about a year and a half, they'll be done. They're already about like what, 4 or 5 months in and barely halfway through season 3. So I guess in about a year and a half, they'll be done. But yeah, Hogwarts is definitely one I watch. The Normies I definitely watch. They're on season 4 right now. Like they're on the finale of season 4. So they're almost done with season 4. Naomi Reacts is the other one I was talking about. That's on season 6. LaFour, I don't know her. Allie Reacts, I think I saw her. American Mom and Jimmy Macram, I've already watched both them. They finished like a year ago. But all phenomenal reactors. The only one I don't know is Leah Foray. But it's reminding me of LaFour from the show Lost. That's got to be something. But why would their name be LaFour and they're reacting to Lost? They would already be fans, I feel like. That's throwing me off. You guys already talk about the new phase 4 stuff. No, Ray, I literally jumped on like 2 minutes after 9. I ended up getting an emergency job and I was flying home to do this. So I didn't even set up or anything. I luckily had my bed made and everything. And I just ran in and threw this on. Hey everyone. What's up, Steph? How you doing? Jojo Rabbit teaser came out today. Hitler's in it. Oh, that's what you're talking about. I didn't see it, but now I know what you're talking about. The Taika Waititi Nazi thing. Jojo Rabbit. I didn't not watch the trailer, but I do know what you're talking about. What is going on with Adventure Time? I figured a lot of people would come in the room wondering. If you read the caption on this video, I don't know. I'll just explain myself. I am way behind on Deadwood and Adventure Time. I did say The Wire was going to go down to once a week. During the summer, my workload picks up so much. Sometimes I work 100 to 120 hours a week. So I've been trying my best to get everything out. That's why last week I binge watched Stranger Things. Still haven't edited up the episodes, but I still am going to 100% do Deadwood and Adventure Time and finish The Wire as I've been doing. Tomorrow there'll be an episode of The Wire. I haven't missed a beat with The Wire. I did say I was going to go down to once a week, but Adventure Time and Deadwood will be out this week, I hope. At this point, I have a very slow weekend, but on a dime, it could all switch. I can get a call tomorrow morning and go from no work to like 40 hours in a weekend. So right now I have a very slow weekend and I plan on getting a couple Adventure Times out, maybe 1 or 2 Deadwoods, maybe even a Misfits, because I know a lot of you are waiting for Misfits. And The Boys I've been wanting to watch. I know people are talking about The Boys. I've been dying to watch The Boys. I'm thinking depending on how much I get done tomorrow, I want to try to get at least 1 Adventure Time, 1 Deadwood, The Wire, and Misfits. If I get all 4 of them done tomorrow, I might binge watch The Boys on Sunday, like I did with Stranger Things, where I did like 4-episode binge last Sunday. I might do that with The Boys because I don't see how I'm ever going to have time to watch The Boys like once a week like I did with like Cobra Kai, stuff like that. Just too much stuff I'm behind on. So I'm going to try my best to get a lot done tomorrow. And then if I get as much done as I hope for, I might binge watch The Boys on Sunday, live stream it like I did. So if you guys are interested, not guaranteeing that, put it this way. If I don't do it this Sunday, I'm going to do it like next Sunday. So if I can't fit it in this Sunday, I'm not going to just watch it. I'll wait and do it next Sunday. So if you're interested in a live watch along of The Boys, I haven't seen any of it yet. All I know is people are hyping it up immensely. Like it's another one where no one has said a bad thing about it. I haven't heard one bad thing about The Boys. So we'll see what happens. If I get a lot done tomorrow, you'll notice if I start editing up and sending tons of stuff out tomorrow, you'll see how far along I've gotten. And then maybe there'll be a binge watch live stream of The Boys. Did you know that Bruce Lee's daughter was mad at the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I did hear this because she said that wasn't how her dad actually was, and they persuade somebody that he was cocky. Yeah, I did hear about that. I did hear that Bruce Lee was very cocky and into himself on set, but they made like a mockery out of him in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I get it, but I also was okay with it because like I said about Hobbs and Shaw, they were kind of like honest with where they were going. You could see it was like not realistic. They were going over the top with Leonardo DiCaprio's actor guy. They were going over the top with Brad Pitt's character. So I was okay that they went over the top of Bruce Lee, and it also helped formulate a path that make the ending make sense. I don't want to spoil it too much in case people are haven't seen it in the chat, but it did help with the ending too. So I was okay with it, having seen why it happened the way it did. And like I said, it wasn't like the movie was completely serious and they made a jackass out of Bruce Lee. Everyone was basically being made a jackass in that movie, including Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. So I'm okay with it. I know a lot of people said it was racist. A lot of people said his daughter gave it slack, stuff like that. DFX. I don't know what that means. Warlock, Thunderbolts, Nova, Spider-Man, Dimensions. What is all that, Ray? What is War? I know that's Marvel, but are those things that were announced? Because I didn't even hear about Warlock, Nova, the Thunderbolts, Spider-Man. I heard they're making a lot of Spider-Man, like much about spin-offs, but Warlock, Adam Warlock, the Thunderbolts. I know they've been in talks about Thunderbolts. Nova's always been on the back burner, but I never heard anything confirmed. Let me know, Ray. I finished up The Boys on Amazon. It was pretty entertaining. Steph, you were in the room when I just said what I said. So maybe I'll watch it this weekend, but I'm definitely highly interested. Steph, where do you rank it? You say pretty entertaining. You're not freaking out about it though. And you have good taste. So I'm assuming it's worth a watch, but where would you rank it on your scale? Because I've heard tremendously good things about it. On Lost, it is spelled LaFleur, not but Charmed Original. Isn't that like really close? I would think that they were a fan that named themselves that, but there's no way if they're reacting to Lost, they would have known that to be a thing. Not to mention, it's also a very specific and weird thing to be a fan of in Lost. Like LaFleur, like why would you be such a major fan of LaFleur? Like nothing against Sawyer, but it just seems like an awful weird choice to be a fan of. Do you have a Discord? Alex Waldman. I do have a Discord. I never use it. I'm never home. And whenever I'm home, I'm live streaming like this or editing up videos. So I don't typically use Discord. I probably will start using stuff like that though, because a lot of people ask me, and I still don't have a Patreon. I have a Twitter, a Facebook, my channel. I'm just so busy, guys, but I'm promising you, I said this in the description of this video, I get extremely slow in the winter. Right around like October, my workload really slows down. So if I'm slacking off on things now, just wait till like the fall and the winter. I will probably have everything come out on time and then some, because I just have more time on my hands. It's really hard because I got to work 2 jobs. I don't get paid to do this stuff. So I try my best, but at least I'm still getting The Wire out. The Wire was the original like reason this all happened. So I make it a point to get my wires out. It is my baby, according to the channel. Got to take a drink. Where's my Keanu Reeves Moon Knight movie? Is that even a possibility? Please tell me it is, because I've not heard about that, but I would love it. I get so messed up in my head about where I have to move myself. Where was I? Sorry. I want to know about this Keanu Reeves Moon Knight movie. I haven't seen Once Upon a Time, but Tarantino's movies seem to border on exploitation a lot of the time, so everything is usually exaggerated. Exactly. That's why I'm pretty much saying, if you went into Once Upon a Time in Hollywood not expecting a Tarantino movie, then you are at fault, because it is your typical Tarantino movie. You don't go to a Quentin Tarantino movie expecting like realism and like quiet, dramatic scenes. It is insanity most of the time. Just so you know, the more you watch Adventure Time, the more you will start to understand eventually, and you can see how some stuff can connect with other topics. Alex, I am truly digging it, and I'm still very interested and curious. Like I said, I just was so behind on everything else. It kind of just like built up. I will start getting them out. 100% guaranteed. I am not going to stop Adventure Time. I'm not going to stop Deadwood. I'm still going to get the Misfits out. Like I said, it's going to be a rebuilding thing. Starting tomorrow, I will get a bunch out. But I'm thinking now that summer is coming to a close, I'm going to start slowing up. Like this weekend, I have no jobs. That's shocking. I've had jobs every Saturday and Sunday, multiple, since May. So the fact that it's already slowing down shows me that I will be getting these out to you guys because I am going to have free time. Honestly, I'm just looking at the first few images that pop up when you Google Phase 4. Not sure if they've been confirmed, but it looks convincing. Did you see, Ray? There have been a lot of talk about Deadpool switching to PG-13. Everything I was reading yesterday and today was about Deadpool switching to PG-13. And they're like, what if, we can make it work? As soon as they start talking like that, that's pretty much get ready, guys, because Deadpool is going to be PG-13. Otherwise, why would they even fish like that information? They're basically like, here you go. What if we did a Deadpool PG-13? And they're going to see how much hatred the fandom has for it. If not enough people hate on it, they're probably going to do it. But if like crowds of people come out in masses and like bitch about it, I don't know, maybe they'll do something. Like look at Inhumans. So many people freaked about Inhumans. It got like swept under the carpet. No one even knew it even dropped when it did. And then it just vanished into the ether. So people start freaking out about a PG-13 Deadpool. Maybe we'll have something like that happen. But I think that's a horrible idea. I can't believe they would even consider it. They know it works. The formula works. Ryan Reynolds is probably crying at home right now at the thought of a Deadpool PG-13. Here is where all the reactors are in their lost reactions on Hogwarts. Hogwarts is 310. Normies is 412. Naomi. See, do I know Naomi? Maybe I did. Oh, Naomi is that? Yeah, she's like a younger girl. She doesn't get them out like very often though. I watch Naomi, but she like maybe if you're lucky gets one every week or two out. Maybe I feel like she's been doing it for months and still isn't even like barely through half of season 1, but very entertaining. I do dig her reactions. She seems very young, but she looks like she could be in her 20s, but she just looks like a kid. But then she talks about drinking and driving, not driving and drinking, but like drinking alcohol, and she drives a car. So she's got to be like at least in her like late teens. She talks about going to college. Very, very cool girl. But yeah, she just looks extremely young. I don't know why. I just point that out. But when I was watching her, she just looks like a child, but she talks about drinking alcohol and stuff. That's what struck me. I'm definitely going to have to check out this Leah Foray. I definitely haven't heard. Oh, Reds. I did hear about Reds. There's also an old man, like literally looks like Locke, but older. He's a bald, elderly man, probably like in his late 60s, early 70s. I don't remember the name of his channel, but he is currently reacting to Lost right now. He's on season 1, and he's this cute little old man. He just sits in like a chair. It's like clear white behind him, like a white wall, and he just watches Lost. He doesn't say much or do much. He's not very animated, but it's like a different aspect on it. Not sure on his name, but he's definitely a current Lost reactor. Apparently it's fan made. Oh, well, you should watch Utopia. White Rabbit, welcome. If you're still here, White Rabbit. I don't know what Utopia is. I've never heard of that one. I don't think. I'm thinking of Euphoria or whatever that HBO show is, unless that's what it is. That's Euphoria, I think. I guess on a scale of 10, I'd give it a 7 or 8 overall. Definitely worth watching. My husband watched it all and loved it, and now I've been pushing him to try Umbrella Academy. All right, well, that's not, a 7 or 8 is not bad based on how much I know you've seen, so you have a lot to compare it to. What did you think was better, Umbrella Academy, Steph, or The Boys? Because I'm curious about that. And what was more violent? Because Umbrella Academy surprisingly was violent. For example, Adventure Time Season 2, you start to understand lore. Season 3, more interest and picked up story. Season 4, character stuff and plot picks up even more until the final seasons. Like I said, Alex, I'm definitely going to check it out. A lot of people told me the same thing. A lot of people are assuming that because I halted the reactions on Adventure Time that I'm dropping it. Has nothing to do with it. My love for the show has nothing to do with the lack of reactions. I just don't have the time. But tomorrow, I will get my best shot. I will almost guarantee there'll be an Adventure Time, definitely The Wire, probably a Deadwood, possibly a Misfits. Misfits is the last I'm going to get out because the others are way behind, but I'm hoping I could get one of each out tomorrow. I have all day, so unless an emergency comes up, we should have some. How are you liking the journalism angle in The Wire? We were talking about this. I was talking about this at work with my friend Tim. My friend Tim, huge Wire fan, one of the reasons I got into the show to begin with. And the journalism angle, it probably is my least favorite season so far. Granted, I'm only on episode 3. I haven't even seen episode 3 yet. But based on The Wire, it is the slowest starting season, my least interested season. I'm already starting to feel like Avon is not going to be a big part of this, which I was hoping there was going to be a time jump and Avon was going to get out luckily on some weird technicality or something. It's a TV show. They can do whatever they want. I thought Avon was going to like slip through the cracks, get out on like parole or something. And this whole last season was going to be all our favorites butting heads, like Avon getting out, taking over Marlowe's crew, like basically pushing Marlowe out. McNulty keeping Beatty together. That pisses me off because that's a lost cause. Even if McNulty flips, I don't trust him anymore. Like McNulty has given me zero faith. Even if McNulty somehow gets back in my good graces, I'm never going to trust him again. He has cheated on every woman he's dated, his ex-wife, Beatty, probably other people. I'm sure there was someone I'm missing in there somewhere. Wasn't there like a third girl? Oh, Perlman. But he didn't really cheat on Perlman, but he was a dick to her. Totally dislike. I love McNulty's character. He is like the guy I'd like to drink with at the bar. Like, you go there, he's a good time. He has great stories. He's a hell of a laugh, but he's just a scumbag. And you're like, that's a horrible person. I don't want to be like that, but he's fun to hang out with. That's how I look at McNulty. Like some scumbag I'd like to have a beer with, but like morality wise, like, dude, like put your dick away. Like, why do you got to bang everything? His ex-wife is a beautiful, amazing person. Beatty is the sweetest thing. I love Beatty. I'm so mad at McNulty. I'm going on a rant now because of McNulty's treatment for women. I hope. Where am I going? How are you liking the journal? I can understand that you are busy. I'm just explaining scene. Oh, no, I don't mind, Alex. No, Alex, I totally get it. That's cool. I'm not like telling you to stop talking about it. I'm just making sure you know that I'm definitely into it. You should do a Lost rewatch reactions. I love that. I was talking about this. As far as Lost goes, I hate that I cannot react to Lost, but there's nothing I could do about that. I watch Lost live every week. When it would air on television, I would watch Lost every week. I would have Lost parties. I would literally theorize for hours upon hours a day when the internet wasn't like it is now. It was hard to theorize and like dive into certain things back then. They had like chat rooms. They didn't have like things like this where you could reach out in groups and theorize and have videos and stuff like that. The internet was a different world back then. So I really wish I could have reacted to Lost. My favorite show of all time. I still have yet to find a show I like better than Lost. I mean, The Wire's a great show. Don't get me wrong. Sopranos is very close to Lost in my mind. Also, Game of Thrones was right on its heels, but then the last season totally blew that out of the water. Game of Thrones, had it ended the last season like on a good note, Game of Thrones had a very good shot at taking over for Lost because I don't base things just on the show and the writing. A lot of my feels and like my basis of ranking my shows are in the character building. Lost, in my mind, has some of, if not the greatest character building ever. If you watch people's reactions and like top 10 character lists and stuff, it is like a fight, like tooth and nail to get people to like put a top 20. There are so many beloved characters in Lost. Even the people you're supposed to hate, you love. Like it's just like the character building. Even in The Wire, I could name you 50 characters, but like half of them, like I'm just like, whatever. They're just kind of there. I dig them all, but like whatever. Lost, there's like 30 or 40 characters that I could not see the show working without. I don't know. Don't mean to go off on rants, but I would love to do a rewatch of Lost, but I've seen it so many times. I've probably seen it 7 or 8 times all the way through. What I was hoping for was at some point I could get someone like my sister or someone that hasn't seen Lost to react with me, kind of like Hogwarts does. Hogwarts, the guy who films it and edits it up and everything, he's seen it a million times like me, but Hogwarts, her boyfriend and his girlfriend haven't seen it before. So it's an amazing setup for him. He does all the edits. He knows exactly where to put the cameras, what scenes are going to get the reactions from them, what episodes are better than others. And then he's got 3 amazing reactors to watch it for him. I want something like that. I would love if I could find someone to watch it with me and I'll just sit back like the normies do it too. The normies, I forget his name. What the hell's his name? The main guy, though, that runs the normies. He's seen it already. He just buddies up with the 2 girls and they watch along. I want to do something like that. I would love that. I just need to find somebody that has never seen Lost, which most people I know have seen Lost. And 2, I need to find someone willing to commit to sitting down once or twice a week, watching an episode. I'll edit them up. I'll do the editing and everything because it's my channel, but I just want to find someone willing to do that. If I could find someone willing to do that, I would definitely in a heartbeat do a rewatch of Lost. Steven Universe. What did I just do? Damn it. I went way too down. How are you like? I got to catch up. Steven Universe is just Dragon Ball fan fiction. I've heard about Steven Universe, never seen it. How do you feel about celebrities cheating on their wives and husbands? I don't condone cheating ever. I've never understood cheating. I go on rants about it because I see how cheating destroys relationships and marriages and like friendships and stuff. I never understood it. You have an option to be with that person. If you don't want to be with them, break up with them. Why create drama and hurt people's feelings? So I hate when people go, yeah, but if I break up with them, I'll break their heart. You think cheating on them is better? Eventually they find out and it's 100 times worse. It always ends up you get caught. And if you don't get caught, the guilt should kill you because that's shitty behavior. So I am very against cheating. I just don't understand it. Why cheat? If you want to be single and fuck around, then be single and fuck around. If you're single and you want to hook up with 10 girls a day, I don't condone that either, but do your thing. You're not hurting anybody unless those girls are being hurt, and then they shouldn't be hooking up with you if you're that kind of person. I don't know what to tell you. But if you are in a relationship or married, that is scumbag shit. Did you read that Disney Plus announced 4 movie remakes? Are you talking about, I read that Disney Plus is doing like Lady and the Tramp, Snow White movie, Cruella de Vil movie that's based on Cruella de Vil as a younger, maybe like a teenager or something. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but just in case you guys didn't know, that's all true. They're making Maleficent 2, Cruella de Vil prequel, a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs live action, and a Lady and the Tramp live action, Little Mermaid live action. Those 5 things are confirmed by Disney. I don't know if they're all Disney Plus though, so maybe that's not what you're talking about. You let me know there. Can you believe? Gravity Falls is the stuff, just so you know. Consider it for a show when a slot becomes available. Alex, my sister was obsessed with Gravity Falls. I don't remember the main characters' names, but she and her boyfriend at that time were them for Halloween many years. The one that has like it looks like a big inflatable vest jacket like Marty McFly wears, only it's orange. He's got like the hat, like the hunting cap or whatever. My sister's a huge fan. Tells me all the time I should watch it. So one of these days I may, but it's a possibility. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the fans will speak up. R ratings is necessary for Deadpool. Wolverine 2 if they're pulling him into the MCU soon. That was another thing I saw too, Ray. As far as Wolverine goes, I saw a thing today in the news that the Russo brothers are strongly pushing to be the guys that do the first Wolverine movie. I don't know how much truth there is to that. I saw it in like a caption and I was briefly reading through the article. So I know it wasn't just clickbait, but the Russo brothers doing a Wolverine movie would be friggin' amazing. So let's hope that is true. Fuck yes, it's short and amazing in the mystery department. I'm assuming you're talking about Gravity Falls. Did you know that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood have the last training in any fight scene in a movie? But But in John Wick, you had the most learning judo and aikido in Krav Maga. I feel like there are so many typos there. John Wick. I'm assuming you're saying that Once Upon a Time Hollywood last training. They had less training in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and John Wick, he had to do Aikido and Judo and Krav Maga. I guess that's what you're saying. I just saw John Wick 3 like last week or the week before. I think I told you guys in the last one. And John Wick 3 is freaking amazing. It is basically, they just took out like all the downtime. They're basically just like, from the get-go, John Wick is on the run and is just nonstop fighting and action. That's the kind of John Wick I want to see. Don't get me wrong, 1 and 2 were great and you needed to build the story. But I like that they knew that in part 3, we don't need any of that. We just need John Wick running away from every assassin on Earth. And that's what they did. Love John Wick 3. Hope they make a 4. Naomi is 23. All right. She looks young as hell, but that makes sense because she talks about going to parties and drinking and stuff. I mean, I was drinking at 16, so it still doesn't mean you have to be of age, but I figured she wouldn't be talking about it on the internet and stuff with people if she was illegally drinking all the time. What's your favorite Adventure Time character so far? Favorite Adventure Time character? I do not remember his name, Ray. And that's wrong of me. I'm saying he's my favorite, but if I had to go just based on what sticks in my mind, it was the old timey guy. Now, all right. Granted, this isn't my favorite character on the show, like to continue, but I like the old timey guy that was in the very first episode. That was like, oh, what the hell was his name? I can't remember his name, but I just love old timey characters that have like that voice. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Someone's going to write it down in the bottom. I'll catch up on that later. I'm just trying to catch up on comments. ViewMasters, I would say mine, but that would be a spoiler. I guess a hint from season 1 episode is M. Watch, that's the guy I was just talking about. Because I literally said episode 1. If that is coincidentally the guy you're talking about, that would be insane. Or you said season 1 episode is M. I'm not sure. I can't really say. If I had to pick a guy that I think is going to continue, though, I kind of dig the crazy wizard guy from Adventure Time. King Ice, King Snow, what the hell's his name? The wizard guy that entrapped all the princesses. He's a crazy nutbag, but I kind of dig him. I can't really say what Utopia is about without ruining the reveal. All I'll say is that it's a British show, and there's a group of mysterious people looking for a woman and a graphic novel drawn by... What? Utopia? Maybe someone did tell me this. That does sound familiar now that you're telling me. How many seasons is it, White Rabbit? How many episodes a season? And how long are the episodes? This is very important. I thought Umbrella Academy was much better, but I think it's just more my style. I enjoyed it more. The Boys is just as violent as Umbrella Academy, but it's more graphic. I figured The Boys looked like more like a man's man, kind of like violent, like beat 'em up. Whereas Umbrella Academy almost felt like, when I went into Umbrella Academy, I literally thought it was geared for children until you watch an episode or two, and then you immediately realize it is violent, and that is not the case. But The Boys literally looks like it is pitched for adults. So I assumed what you said to be true. So that's good to know, at least. So at least I know it's on par with Umbrella Academy's greatness, but with a little more violence and kick. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything about Avon, but the journalism angle is not that great. McNulty does worse and has little to do with women. I also don't like that McNulty has an attitude with everybody. I hate people that are complete scumbags and don't really do what they're supposed to in their jobs or in life. And then they have something to say about what everyone else is doing. Like, I do good for myself and I don't need you telling me what to do. Like, go fix your own shit before you start telling everybody what to do. He always gets on everyone's case. Like, oh, good job, Daniels. Like, way to fight for the team. Like, he's always got something negative to say about everyone else. How about you start home first? You start at home first. You get your own shit together, and then everything else will kind of work its way out. And if it doesn't, at least you could say you tried. McNulty is a whiny baby, and he does it to himself. Like, if he did everything right and he got the shit end of the stick, I'd be like, all right, well, that sucks, McNulty. I don't know what to tell you. But he is a total asshole. neglects his job. Now he is literally choking dead bodies and making it look like a serial killer or something is on the loose. Bunk walks out, doesn't want anything to do with it. Like, he has lost his shit. McNulty is just, I didn't think you could take him from the end of season 4 or 5. Wait, no. I'm thinking of Lost. From the end of season 4, I was like, all right, I think McNulty's going to kind of make a turn for the worst, but I didn't think he'd go like from with Beatty and kids and not drinking to like 2 episodes in already banging 2 or 3 different young girls, drinking every night, total wreck of a man. Oh, he has just plummeted in my ranks, but like character-wise, he's still in my top 10. 2 out of 2. A crazy scientist, and they're killing people for it. The music and atmosphere of the show is so different to anything else I've seen. Talking about Utopia. Crazy scientists, and they're killing people for it. Interesting. Lost and Game of Thrones were both contenders until the end. Hated both of the endings. People always hate on the Sopranos ending, but I think it was way better. I'm okay with the Sopranos ending. I always was okay with the Sopranos ending. Maybe like after the first month, I was like, what the hell? But then you kind of like, all right, I get it. Lost, I didn't like for like a year. I was not okay, but I didn't rewatch it. I watched the whole Lost on television. It wasn't as accessible as it is nowadays. So I watched it all the way through, did not like it. I was like, because I was one of the people who in the beginning immediately just thought that like, oh, they're dead. They're all dead. That's what happened. They're all dead. And this is total bullshit, and they copped out. I wasn't one of those people that fully grasped what they were explaining. Where like Jack's father's like, no, everything that happened on the island happened. Everything that this happened, blah, blah, blah. I was so hating the finale that I was like, no, they're all dead. This is a bunch of bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Then's on the second watch through, I'm like, holy shit, that all kind of makes sense now, even though I still don't like it. Then on the third watch through, having seen like all the little details thrown into the other seasons and episodes, I get it, and I still don't love it, but I'm okay with it. Like I watched it the other day when Day Day reacted to it. I watched it as soon as he threw the episode up. He loved it. Jimmy Macram loved it on their first watch. A lot of people that binge watch it love it on their first watch, and I get it, because if you don't sit on it and think about it for years and years and years and theorize and have all this built up stuff, then you could kind of take it for what it is, and I appreciate it for that. I still don't love it, but I think it came together pretty good. If I have something to nitpick or hate on, it's that Lost left so much unsaid with Walt, with the island. They had the flashbacks and stuff, but they never really said what happened with Ben and Hurley and Claire. I know a lot of shows don't do that. Like, it's to your imagination, but Lost left a lot of things unsaid, specifically with Walt and things on the island. Like, why did the statue have 4 toes? We never found out. Why did the statue have 4 toes? Why did Walt have powers? Why was it like alternate dimensions happening? I know like it worked in the end, but like I feel like they rushed it and they did things. I don't know if half of you guys are following this. I'm going on a rant. Lost was in the caption, so I'm going to talk a lot about Lost, but I'm catching up on things. White Rabbit, just because that comment is what got me going. Just out of curiosity, what is your top 3 favorite shows? I'm curious, like who I'm working with, what I'm working with as far as people's taste. But Sopranos and Lost are in my top 3. Sopranos and Lost might be 1 and 2. Game of Thrones was riding high on that wave until the end. Game of Thrones is still probably in my top 10, even with the hatred I have for season 8. Game of Thrones still probably rides in my top 10 just because everything else was so good. And I will learn to accept 8 for what it is, but that I will never appreciate. I will never, like Lost, where I'm like, I'm cool with that. I don't think I'll ever be cool with the finale of Game of Thrones. Do it. Get your sister involved and let's do this. My sister has already seen Lost, so I can't watch it. That's the problem. That's why I said I want to get someone like my sister who hasn't seen it. My sister's seen Lost. We used to have Lost parties. My mom, my father, I'm talking like this was 10 or what is it, 10 years ago, 15 years ago when Lost started. I was like in college. I was actually watching this like on like summer vacations with my parents and stuff. So my sister's familiar, my brother's familiar. We are all big Losties. I need to kidnap someone that I could lock in this room and just glue to the seat and watch. And I'll just sit in the back and be like, sorry, people, no one wanted to watch it. So I kidnapped someone and they're going to watch Lost. Siraj. Oh, Siraj is the guy on the Normies that's reacting to Lost. Alex Waldman, I think I know who it is. He's a good one for sure. So many great ones to choose from. Talking about favorite characters from Adventure Time. I think my problem is I'm just only like, I think 7 episodes in, so I don't have a whole lot to base it on. But there's a lot of wacky characters. Like even what the heck was the lumpy princess? Like just weird characters, weird dudes. Some of them are like the strawberry princess, the bubblegum princess. They all have weird little quirky things. Replace Adventure Time with Gravity Falls. Hey, what's up, Seedless? First time I seen you commenting. Good to see you. I am definitely going to finish Adventure Time. So that's not going to be replaced until I finish it. But it doesn't mean I won't start Gravity Falls or do Gravity Falls. I'm definitely interested in it. Definitely going to try to fit it in somewhere. Like I said, there's just so much stuff to react to, and it doesn't stop. It's like every time I'm like, all right, I'm almost finished with a major show, that I got The Boys. Creep Show on Shudder is coming out in like 3 weeks. Then I'm sure there's going to be 20 other shows dropping. I'm still trying to catch up on Orange is the New Black. Orange is the New Black dropped. My sister just finished what's it, Pretty Little Lies? What is it? I think I'm saying that wrong. Sweet Little Lies, Pretty Little Lies. I think that just ended. People are all controversial about the endings of that. I haven't seen any of that. Barry, I'm really wanting to catch up on Barry. Barry, I loved Barry. Barry is probably my favorite out of the 5 that I did the poll for. Barry was probably my choice, but Barry was like dead last, I think, or at least 4th or 5th. I don't know. All I know is there's so much I want to watch, but I'm trying to catch up. Is it okay to cheat if she Great one, kid. Is it okay to cheat if she cheat on you first? It's fine if she cheat on you first, but why even stay in the relationship? If I found out my girl cheated, I wouldn't cheat on her. I'd break up with her and be single. Then you don't need to cheat. But if you are dead set on it to teach her a lesson or something, then yes, I would say cheating is okay if they cheated first. But why waste your time? You're in a relationship that is going nowhere. I've had cheating girlfriends before, and I can't act like I'm a tough guy here on some occasions. When I was younger, I had girlfriends cheat and I knew it and I called them out on it and I stayed with them and stuff like that. And it never changed. They cheated again. I think I had 2 girlfriends that cheated on me in my life. And both times I forgave them and they did it again. So from my experience, why waste your time? And in one of the cases, I think, cheat on her after she cheated on me, because now it's like a retaliation thing, which is never going to fix things. So like I said, I wholeheartedly think cheating's okay if the other person cheated, because I think I did it, but I did it with the intent of knowing that it was a failed thing to begin with. So why even bother? But growing up and getting older, I don't even bother with it. If I thought a girl was capable of it, or I found out she was, I'm not going to kill her. I'm just cutting it off. Seedless Watermelon. Both are great shows. Both should be reacted to at different times. I would have to agree. Oh my God. I don't know. Am I way behind? Holy crap. Oh no, I'm not that far behind. Disney Plus confirmed remakes for Cheaper by the Dozen. Why would you remake? I mean, Cheaper by the Dozen wasn't a horrible movie, but why remake Cheaper by the Dozen? Night at the Museum, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, last one was 2 years ago, and Home Alone. Yeah, I do remember that. There was like a sequel to Diary of a Wimpy Kid. There was a sequel, or was that a third one? And Home Alone, I did see the Home Alone one. The others I did not hear about. Cheaper by the Dozen, Steve Martin was in it. A lot of young actors. I can't remember half of them. It was a decent movie, but that's a weird one to remake. Night at the Museum, they just did a sequel to that not that long ago. The guy from Mr. Robot was in it. That's a weird one. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, like you said, was a couple years ago. Home Alone is the only one I could see making sense because it was a blockbuster movie, came out like 20 plus years ago, but I don't want them to remake it. But here's my knowledge on that. Those of you who haven't heard what Can You Believe is talking about, Home Alone, this is what I heard about that. I don't know if you've heard different. Let me know if you did. Home Alone remake. It's going to be a switcheroo. It's going to be from the perspective of the mother. And I heard Melissa McCarthy is the one they want for the role. I don't know if she signed or their talks, but that's what I heard. My knowledge is it is supposed to be a reversal, and it's from the point of view of the mother running home to rescue the kid that is home alone, and Melissa McCarthy is pitched to be the front runner for the role. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I heard like yesterday or the day before about the Home Alone remake. I don't know, guys. I don't want them remaking everything that I've grown up with. But if they do it different like that, I guess it's not like too harmful. I feel like Melissa McCarthy's getting thrown into everything, though. I feel like they're like, oh, we need a funny woman. And Melissa McCarthy's like the funny woman now. So like, let's just put her in Ghostbusters and every other like freaking buddy comedy and this and that. I feel like everything is Fat Amy and Melissa McCarthy and Anne Hathaway and like, I don't know. I feel like there's just like a handful of women that are and Sandra Bullock. Like you always got Sandra Bullock and Anne Hathaway for like the skinnier women. And then you got like the heavier set women. You got Melissa McCarthy and Fat Amy. Like those four women I see in like 90% of the major women roles, or at least movies, or are in those movies. I don't hate on any of them. I just feel like they got to stretch it out a little. Like Fat Amy, I feel like I'm calling her Fat Amy because I know it's Rebel Wilson, but Rebel Wilson is becoming cast typed. Every movie she's in, she is the fat comedic ditz. Like every movie she's in, she's just dumb and fat and funny. It's kind of like disrespectful, but hey, if she's making money and she's okay with it, it's fine with me. Another rant. Sorry, guys. I keep going off on rants. Feels like I'm at the counter at the break. DJ Go Carlo. Is this John Carlo? Is that DJ John Carlo? Is that who that is? The Leah reactor has seen Floss 4 times, and now she is reacting to it with her friend who has never seen the series, so she is letting her friend experiencing it as she goes through. That's what I want to do. Now I think I did see it. Is she younger? Is she like a younger blonde girl? Because now I'm starting to remember I did see, and she just kind of started. She's like early in season 1. Maybe. If not, then I don't know who you're talking about. But I think I'm starting to remember who you're talking about. Adventure Time has a lot of episodes, and people don't have the patience for that. Yeah, that is true that Adventure Time has a lot of episodes. But I kind of dig it because they're short and they were easy to edit. I don't understand Adventure Time. In the beginning, I could throw up a whole episode and there was no problem. Now they're just as hard to edit as like The Wire. And it's only like a 15-minute episode. I literally have figured out that like if I leave any longer than like a 20-second segment, I get flagged for copyright. So I literally got to go through the episodes, which are like 15 minutes or 10 minutes or 12 minutes, something like that. I think it's 12 minutes. But I got to go through and make sure that like as I'm editing it, then I got to go back through and make sure none of the scenes I left are longer than 20 seconds. Don't ask me why. I guess it's in their algorithm. But in the beginning, I could throw up a whole episode, no problem. Now I have to literally make sure that no length of time is more than 20 seconds. These are the things that hold me up when I post in Adventure Time and it gets flagged, and then I got to go back in and re-edit it 100 times till I figure out what to work with. Once I figure it out, I can start throwing them up again. And that's what took me a while. The last episode really hammered me because I had to find out like why it wasn't working. They must switch their algorithms all the time because, like, for instance, today I had 3 episodes of Game of Thrones season 8 get flagged today, and they're banned right now. So right now, 3 of my Game of Thrones episodes are not there. You guys can't find them because they just randomly flag them today for copyright when they're like 4-minute videos that have like maybe 30 seconds of Game of Thrones footage at this point in it. So I don't know what triggers this stuff. All I know is they must be constantly changing the algorithms, and I'm constantly spending time re-editing them. And half the time I don't even bother because it's like older stuff that like I don't even know how to begin. I saw Day was complaining, the guy that does the Lost reactions. Day was complaining the other day because I think he said that he was trying to do a new show. I think it was Stranger Things. I think he said he was trying to do Stranger Things and he was throwing up episodes and they weren't letting them stick. So he's like, I'm not even going to react, or he's thinking about not reacting to it now because it's just so much hassle and so time consuming. Ha ha ha, Starchy. Is that who? Yeah, there we go. Starchy. Is that the guy, Ray, with the old timey voice? I'm assuming he'll be back. He seemed really cool. I hope Starchy's back. What was his full name, Ray? It was Starchy. It wasn't just Starchy. It was like Starchy McButterpants or something. I don't know. Seedless Watermelon. Did Arabian Fats die? Who the hell is Arabian Fats? And why are you asking Seedless Watermelon? Did I miss a comment? He's great. The wizard guy is the Ice King. I was saying King Ice. Ice King. Can you believe someone actually... Oh, that's in response to... Dear God, man, I got to catch up. Ha, 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 ha. That's what Seedless said to your comment. God damn it. Should have expected that. What do you think the ending of Lost was? Some people didn't get the ending. You're asking White Rabbit. I'm wondering if White Rabbit put that down there. See, that's what I'm saying, Charmed Original. I was one of those people who hated on the finale so much that I hated on it so much that I didn't take the time. I was also younger and in college and very angsty and like powerlifting all the time. So like, I just got angry a lot, but anyway, sorry to go off. Worst case scenario. Oh wait, I was doing something else. Totally distracted myself. What do you think the ending? Yeah, so maybe White Rabbit will say that down there. Worst case scenario, McNulty drags someone else down to his level. Worst case scenario, Beatty loses her shit, goes on a murderous rampage because she's so emotional that another man has ruined her. She murders her children, arms up with Omar, goes back to Baltimore and just fucks up everything, takes over Marlowe's corner. Beatty is running shit now. Prop Joe is like her friggin' like sugar daddy. And Beatty is now the kingpin of Baltimore because McNulty had to cheat. See what can happen? Because McNulty cheated. Beatty has murdered children and is now in charge of all the drug dealing in Baltimore. That's the worst case scenario. McNulty, the new Przybluski. Oh, where the frig has Przybluski been? I have not seen Przybluski once this season. Ray, and I like Przybluski. Prez wouldn't do bad stuff for personal gain. Yeah, Przybluski doesn't do bad stuff for personal gain. Przybluski just does stupid shit. He means well. He's just an idiot. The Sideways World stuff takes place 60 plus years after the On Island stuff. Yeah, it has to. Because you're talking about Lost, in case people didn't realize. It has to, because Ben and Hurley have their whole little spiel, and Christian even says some have died way after you. So yeah, a lot of people don't get it. Saddest moment of Lost for you. Mine was not Penny. Oh, the hand. Oh, not Penny's boat. Seedless. I'm assuming you've watched the whole thing. My saddest moment. Oh, like if I go by moments, like there are truly sad moments when character dies and stuff like that. But like a moment that caught me off guard, like is when this one's a weird one. It's probably not my favorite, but it always gets me, is when Sawyer realizes that he actually talked to Jack's dad at the airport and doesn't tell him. And you're like, oh my God, is he going to tell him? I think it's in like season 1. Sawyer realizes that he knows Jack's dad. And you're like, is he going to tell Jack? And he doesn't. And then that drags on for like maybe another season, maybe 2 seasons. Maybe I'm losing my time span. But at one point, it does come back. And it is such an emotional moment because you know that Jack and Sawyer butt heads. But you at that moment, you realize that Sawyer really is human and does care. And he gives Jack that info that like, yeah, I ran into this guy and it was your dad. He doesn't spell it out, but you know where it's coming from. That moment gets me every time. Because so much is going on. The fact that Jack is now realizing that Sawyer did really know his father, that met his father, that Sawyer was like one of the last people his dad talked to, that relayed this info, that how on earth would anyone else have gotten back to Christian unless this plane crashed and they had these talks and they made these relationships. And like just the emotionalness of the comment itself, the emotional impact of Sawyer being like a human being and actually like breaking that barrier that him and Jack had. I love that moment. I also, the moment when Locke gets thrown out the window, when the dad's like, go make the phone call, and boom, like all that shit is fucking crazy. Like so many good Lost moments. The hand on the boat, the whole Constant episode with Desmond, when he, like the episode where he's gotta like walk away, when Daniel's mother is like, you're not supposed to buy the ring. You're supposed to say no, you gotta go back. Like knowing how much you love somebody and everyone's telling you that you cannot do this. Like you can't change things. If you change things, you'll fuck the whole world up. And you're like, I don't care. Cause that's like the only thing I care about is this person. So either I do what I want to do or I do what the world needs me to do and I'm miserable and I don't get the person I love. I totally get it. And Desmond every time made the choice for the greater good. And then he'd always get fucked over. It's like, Desmond, terrific, terrific character. Went off on a tangent again. Westworld is on par with Lost for me now, maybe surpassed it. Westworld is definitely up there, Ray. After 2 seasons, I hate putting shows that high on my ranks. I like to let them lay a little, but Westworld is 100% in the top 10 or fighting to be. I just got to give it a little more time. I want to see another season or 2, see where they're going with it. But right now, Westworld, it had a little bit of a slump at the beginning or the middle of season 2. So it wasn't perfect in my mind yet, but it is pretty damn close. And as far as current shows go, it's one of, if not my favorite right now on television. It probably is my favorite television show right now of new television shows. I would say Westworld, Cobra Kai. I don't know why. Cobra Kai I love. Cobra Kai is, I mean, I know why, but Cobra Kai is like, if you told me before Cobra Kai started that I would love it as much as I do, I mean, I love the Karate Kid, love 80s nostalgia, but I freaking love Cobra Kai. I've rewatched it several times already. Now to catch up. Where's Charlie? Oh, are we talking when Claire saw that Charlie was missing? Lost premiered in 2004. So yeah, it was 15 years, almost 16 years ago. I've never seen it, but unfortunately I'm in Florida. At this rate, you'll watch the next Avatar before you finish Adventure Time. True. I haven't even seen the first Avatar. Those of you that know me know this. I've never seen the movie Avatar. It was one of those things where I missed it in theaters and then I thought they were going to make a sequel. So I'm like, I'll watch it when the sequel comes out, and it never came out. And now it is like an ongoing joke where I will not watch it till the sequel comes out. And the sequel's on the horizon. So I'm eventually going to do a live stream watch along of Avatar for the first time. I will post way in advance if you guys feel like watching along with me, but I definitely am going to do a live watch along. I have well, I'm probably not going to do it for the live stream, but I have a 3D 4K copy, but I don't want to watch 3D on a live stream. I think that'd be very distracting. Top 3 series from White Rabbit: Sopranos, The Wire. The third is hard because it'd be Game of Thrones if the ending was good, and at Charmed Original. It's been ages since I watched it, but it just felt rushed and I left so much to answer. Yeah, that's pretty much what I said about Lost. It was definitely rushed, definitely left a lot unanswered. The third would probably be Game of Thrones. Yeah, see, that's what did it for me. Game of Thrones would have probably been, I think Game of Thrones would have slipped past Sopranos. I can't say that now because it didn't, but had Game of Thrones really did a bang up job on season 8, I think Game of Thrones would have slid in past Sopranos for number 2, possibly even beat Lost, but it didn't do good, so I can't say. But if that had a phenomenal finale, like everything I ever wanted, everything built up, I think Game of Thrones had potential to be my number 1 show of all time. Didn't pan out that way. it was probably on par to beat Sopranos. Had it just stayed on path, it would have beat Sopranos. Had it exceeded expectations, would have beat Lost. It doesn't even sit at 3 now, though, because 8 pissed me off so much. It's probably back on like the back end of 10 of my top 10 now. I'm trying to think of what else would pass it, though. I've told you guys before, Quantum Leap is in my top 5. Quantum Leap, a lot of people haven't seen it. Older 80s show. I've seen it a million times. Al, Sam Beckett, love me some Quantum Leap. It will stay in my top 5 until a better show comes around. Quantum Leap used to be my number 3. It used to be Lost, Sopranos, Quantum Leap. Since then, like, other shows have kind of come in, but I don't know. Quantum Leap is always a fan favorite. The Wire's probably going to fall in my top 10. I'm going to have to bump one out, but I feel like The Wire, even if season 5 continues the way it's going, even if it gets a little better, I feel like The Wire won't crack my top 5. Maybe be number 5. It can maybe fall into like number 5 or maybe even number 4 if season 5 really ends on like a good note. Even if it just kind of like stays okay. I just don't want it to suck. And most people said it doesn't suck. Anyways, it's 3 a.m. here in the UK, so I should probably get some sleep. White Rabbit, if you are gone, sorry I didn't catch up on time, but good night to you, sir. I'm trying to catch up. Did you know that Kevin Spacey's brother, sorry, I leaned, think that he did sexual assault those girls? Even his own brother says he did it. That shows you something. He said that he was strange in his child. Oh, Kevin Spacey's brother is saying, I mean, I don't, even if it's his brother, I'm sorry, but I would think it was weird if he didn't say it was fucked up and that he had a strange child. Honestly, your brother probably should say that. If you did the things Kevin Spacey did, your brother probably should go on public radio and say he was a little odd growing up, because if anything, it'll at least make you look like, all right, well, he was fucked up as a kid, so that makes sense. What is your brother going to do? Be like, he was completely normal his whole life, and all of a sudden he just started like diddling little boys. Like, he probably told his brother and his family to say shit like that. White Rabbit, I love UK sitcoms. Father Ted and Fawlty Towers are so good. Never heard of Father Ted, but Fawlty Towers people have mentioned a couple times. Have you seen Peep Show? Never heard of Peep Show. Have been meaning to see it, but my favorite sitcom is probably The In-Betweeners. Definitely heard of that. A lot of people recommend In-Betweeners. If they want to put Melissa McCarthy in something, they need to make a spy sequel. I love that movie. Yes, Steph. If they're going to do something with Melissa McCarthy, make it be spy. Jason Statham was hilarious in that. That was made for them. That's okay. Like, if you're going to use Melissa McCarthy, use her at her best ability. That she is like a female Chris Farley. You want to use her for comedic pratfall insanity, and that's what Spy was. And she's a phenomenal actress. Don't get me wrong. She could do serious drama too and stuff like that. But they're throwing her in a lot of stuff that like she probably shouldn't even be part of just because of her name. Like, they're just basically doing cash grabs in my mind. I don't know. I feel like Melissa McCarthy is in way too much stuff, and I'm not mocking her acting. I'm just saying, like, spread it out a little. Like, we don't need Melissa McCarthy in everything. I feel like I've seen her in like 5 movies this year alone. She just pops up in everything. And they're saying she's going to be Ursula in The Little Mermaid. I don't know if that's still a thing. Now they're saying she's going to be in the Home Alone remake. She was just in a remake of Back to School. Rodney Dangerfield, Back to School. They did a remake of that did horrible. I can't even remember the name of it, but it was loosely based on a female spin on the Back to the School Rodney Dangerfield. Why are we making so many remakes with Melissa McCarthy? Peep Show is so good. It's the most cringe-inducing series ever, and it's POV, so you hear the thoughts of the main 2 characters, and they're both weird as fuck. Peep Show. I guess it's British from what you guys said before, but that one I've never heard of. Spaced is probably my favorite Brit sitcom show. Spaced. I've definitely seen that pop up on Netflix, maybe. I haven't watched it, but that definitely sounds really familiar. Spaced. Why do I know that? Have you seen Breaking Bad? If not, Breaking Bad Charmed Original. I have definitely seen Breaking Bad. I binge watched it about 2 years ago. I wasn't one of those people that watched that show live. I binge watched the shit out of it, and I thought it was a good show. It's probably, if I had to really think about it, might be in my top 20. Definitely not in my top 10. Wasn't a huge fan. Kind of was like on the fence towards the end. I honestly foresee myself liking Better Call Saul better. I'm a huge fan of Bob Odenkirk. Loved him in Mr. Show. Love everything he does. Loved his character Saul in Breaking Bad. So I feel like Better Call Saul, I'll be a bigger fan of. I've only seen the first 2 episodes. They were on my channel. I started reacting, and then there was problems with it, and I stopped because it was towards the beginning of my reaction. I didn't know a whole lot about editing. If I go back now, I probably could figure it out. So at some point, I'll be reacting to Better Call Saul. I do see that Nikki and Steve, or Steve and Nikki, whatever the heck they call themselves, they are reacting to Better Call Saul now. And they seem to be having an all right time with the edits. I'm going to watch some of theirs and see what they're doing, just so when I go back in, I see what I did wrong. I think I was putting too lengthily of scenes in, and maybe it was like a song or two. I don't know. I got to watch other people's reactions to see like what they're doing that I was doing wrong. But Better Call Saul, definitely going to react to. Just Starchy, and yes, he'll be back. Love me some Starchy from Adventure Time. He has seen Breaking Bad. Thank you, Seedless. Make sure you ask about his Better Call Saul reactions. I love that I'm explaining what you guys are already knowing is coming, because a lot of you that are in the chat have already heard most of this. I think he's seen Better Call Saul, or no. Yeah, no, I only saw the first 2 episodes of Better Call Saul. Reacted to both of them. Part of one of them might still be on my channel. I feel like part 2 of episode 1 is still up, but could be wrong about that. Charmed Original. I actually didn't get the whole 60-year thing. I may have jumped the proverbial gun on this one. Yeah, White Rabbit. You definitely need to rewatch it because it gets deep. And once you get deep into it, you can appreciate it. Like I said, I still wasn't the biggest fan of the finale of Lost, but you can learn to appreciate it if you fully understand what was going on. And that's another thing too, White Rabbit. If you're still in the room, you might have left because you did say goodnight. I was much younger when I watched it the first time too, and I got really angry about it probably 5-6 years later till I rewatched it, and then that's when I learned appreciation for it. I would definitely recommend a rewatch, especially having been younger. I had to take a break from the stream, so I don't know if anyone else answered this, but the old man from Adventure Time episode 1 is named Starchy. Okay, got it, Alex. Thank you, though. My saddest lost moment was the coffin reveal in season 4. At the end? Why was it the saddest? Charmed Original. I totally know the scene you're talking about, but I didn't. Oh, because you then realized that your favorite character was gone, I'm guessing. See, I was more in shock, but I also like didn't believe it. So I wasn't as emotional about that event. I'm assuming at this point, people know we're talking spoilers of Lost. I'm trying to tiptoe around certain things in case you haven't seen Lost, but it was in the caption that we're going to talk about it. So I'm just going to talk spoilers about Lost here. I mean, you guys have had 15 years to watch, and maybe you'll forget. But what he's referring, and this isn't even really, I mean, it's a spoiler, but so much happens after this that you won't even understand fully. But what Charmed Original is talking about at the end of season 4, sorry, something went in my eye. At the end of season 4, they reveal who's been in the coffin the whole time, and it's Locke. Or is it? We don't know. Is it Locke? Is it something else? We don't know. But I see that, I could see that being a huge sad moment because a lot of people's favorite characters was Locke. So at the end, I remember I just saw the normie. Oh, wait. Oh, no, they didn't see that episode yet. Wait, did they see that episode yet? No, they didn't. I don't think. But a lot of people's favorite character is Locke. So you see Locke in a coffin, but I didn't believe it. And if you guys have seen it, you know there's a much more to the tale after season 4. I think I'm caught up enough where I don't have to scroll anymore. Saddest, blah, blah, blah. My comments are all broken up between other comments. Hope you've enjoyed trying to understand what I'm saying. White Rabbit, I totally followed everything. I did see for some reason it was breaking them up, but I totally followed everything, so you're good. Whoops, I really should not be listening, but I will forget it soon anyway, but I haven't seen Lost. Oh, like I said, Alex, so much happens that it doesn't even, it will ruin the effect of you not knowing, but it still does not explain anything. And it's the end of season 4. So by the time you get around to watching it and get to that point, you probably won't even understand where this is going. And so much crazy shit happens on the Lost Island that you don't know what to believe anyway. You see dead people walking around all the time. So just so you know, that's not ruining much. You literally see dead people walking around Lost constantly, and you don't know why, and it's not explained till much, much later, way after season 4, if it's even explained at all. Have you seen Kung Fury? Love me some Kung Fury. Comedy action short, just making fun of 80s tropes and 80s nostalgia. Kung Fury is amazing. I'm pretty sure, didn't the guy kickstart that whole thing? I'm pretty sure it was like a Kickstarter GoFundMe type thing that basically made Kung Fury. Amazing. I thought I remember them saying they were going to make a sequel or something, but I haven't heard anything recently. I feel like they're supposed to make like a feature length film or something, or I don't know. Let me know if any of you know what I'm talking about. I really remember like a year or two ago, maybe longer, that Kung Fury creators were doing a sequel or something. Maybe it's already in the comments. The Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon of movies. Oh, we're talking Kung Fury. I think Jay still has a text alert sound from the movie. No, Ray, you're thinking of Kung Pao. My brother is thinking of Kung Pao. That's a lot of nuts. That's Kung Pao. Kung Fury, Ray, is the crazy martial arts beat 'em up, nostalgic, like where he like arm wrestles and breaks the guy's arm. Like, you know what I'm talking about, Ray. Kung Fury, not Kung Pao. You should take a look at Grimm. It is by far my all-time favorite show. To be honest with you, the season 6 finale made me cry. Grimm. Is that Brothers Grimm? I have not seen that, but that does ring a bell. I've never seen it. I feel like it came on around the same time as Once Upon a Time. I did watch the show Once Upon a Time. I did not finish it. I stopped watching right around, I was pretty deep in. I feel like I stopped watching right around when they started bringing Maleficent. They started bringing somebody in like Ursula or something like that. I'm a couple seasons behind. I don't even know if that show's still running, but I was a huge, huge Once Upon a Time fan. Big time Disney fan. If you didn't notice this ditty back here, big time Disney fan. Love Me My Villains. And Once Upon a Time was pretty well done live action Disney stuff. Really liked it. But then it was one of those shows that I watched with a girlfriend. We watched for many a year together. Then when we broke up, it was like one of those things where it wasn't like I cannot watch this because it reminds me of her. It was one of those things where she was the one that reminded me it was on. And I just kind of like, we broke up and I just forgot. And then like 2 seasons later, I'm like, oh shit, I totally stopped watching that show. So I definitely need to catch up on that. Same thing happened with Mr. Robot. I was really into Mr. Robot, watched the first season, watched it with a girlfriend. We broke up. She was the one that got me into it. And I just totally forgot about it. Just too much content to watch. That's a lot of nuts. You should take a look at Grimm. Oh, I already saw that. What I'm hearing is Melissa McCarthy really wants those paychecks. That's what I would believe. But I'm feeling like she must be rolling in dough at some point. Like, do you really want to be known? Like I'm talking about it right now. I'm not even like a massive, crazy review critic guy. And I'm talking about it. People are definitely talking about Melissa McCarthy throwing herself into too many roles. It's looking like a cash grab and it doesn't make her look good on the surface. She's got to be more picky with what she chooses. So there's more respect and more care put. She probably would have won. Wasn't she nominated for an Academy Award for that movie last year? She might have even won. So if she won, then it totally defeats my point. But if she didn't win, maybe she would have won if she stopped doing so many damn roles. But if she did win, then my theory is out the window. Spaced is made by Edgar Wright, the guy who did the Cornetto trilogy. Oh, that's probably why I've heard of it. Spaced. Oh, and isn't it all starring Simon Pegg? And okay, so Steph, I think you pointed this out last time. Have you seen Halloween? Space Stars. Blah, blah, blah. Steph, you pointed this out before, didn't you? Because I definitely remember hearing about Spaced. You had to have pointed it out. Very big fan of the Coronado trilogy. Very big fan of World's End is my favorite. We've talked about this last time. World's End is my favorite of the Coronado trilogy, and it's most people's least favorite. Maybe because I was a big drinker. I opened a beer when I started this, and I did not even take a sip yet. So I'm going to have a beer while I do this. Have you seen Halloween? Great one, kid. Are you referring to the original Halloween movie with Michael Myers? Or the remake? Or the other remake? Or the other remake? I'm pretty sure there's like at least 3 remakes of Halloween. Rob Zombie, the original, and like the new one, I guess, was a sequel that just came out. So I guess technically it wasn't a remake. Spaced starred Simon Pegg. Saw that. It's 14 episodes total. Part 2 of the first episode of Better Call Saul is still, oh, it is up. So part 2 of episode 1 of Better Call Saul is still up on my channel, but episode 1, part 1, and episode 2 have been taken down. Steph, I don't care about spoilers. I'm trying not to spoil anything too big. Like I said, even though it sounds like a big spoiler, so much is unanswered and so much is like answered. You'd be shocked at how much, if you haven't seen Lost, you'd be shocked at how much they didn't answer till the finale. There's like a lot of shit you don't get answers. Like there are stuff that is talked about in episode 1 of season 1 that you don't get answers till the last like 30 minutes of the finale of season 6. So they really hold tight to their secrets. So like I said, it's hard to really spoil things unless I unless I said word for word the finale type stuff. Really doesn't spoil a whole lot. This is my beverage of choice for today. I'm catching up to the comments, guys. Give me a minute. I had a very long day. I would like to chug me a beer real quick. That was my chaser. This is my beer. Bud Ice. All right, now back to the comments. Hooey. Have you seen Halloween? Blah, 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 blah. Part 2. I don't care. Speak freely. Also, again, BCS is better than Breaking Bad. Is that a consensus? Do those of you who've seen Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, which do you like better? I've heard the majority of people like Better Call Saul better. The ones I know, at least, the people I know. But I also don't know a lot of people that were very big into Breaking Bad. Goddamn right. I'm assuming Can You Believe is talking to Seedless about it being better. I binge watched Better Call Saul, and then I found out season 5 was delayed till next year. Suck shit. So yes, he is talking about that. Remake feature-length film, but it's been in production for years now. Oh, for Kung Fury? I'm assuming Seedless, you're talking about Kung Fury. Kung Pao, girl be like, wee, 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 wee. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming that's what those are. If I'm right, then give me props for that. I'm assuming, isn't that what she did? Wee, 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 wee. I think that's what it is. I gotta turn my air back on. Longer than Avatar. Kung Pao girl be like, worst Disney princess. Actual title of princess. None of those Pocahontas Mulan BS. Sorry, I chugged a beer too fast. Worst Disney princess. All right, I'm gonna go. That's it. That's a good question. I'm gonna go on that. Can you believe someone asked me what is my worst Disney princess? Worst Disney princess. That's actually, I got to put thought into this. I don't really hate any Disney princesses. Who the hell would be the worst Disney princess? Like, none of them are mean. They're all like protagonists. They're all like positive role models. Who would be like a crappy Disney princess? The only movies I haven't seen are Mulan. I haven't seen The Frog and the Princess or whatever it is. So those don't count because I haven't seen them. I've seen pretty much everything else. I haven't seen Moana. Who is a shitty princess? I feel like it's a hard one because, I mean, I guess I'd have to go with Sleeping Beauty, maybe. Not that it's a bad movie, but just like, she's like the least I could think of things about. It's like I said, if I got to pick one, maybe Sleeping Beauty. I don't know. I love Snow White. Love me Cinderella. Dances around with the mice, Gus and Jacques. We could do what we could do. We could help her Cinderella. We could make her dress so pretty. How do I not love that? Avatar. Let me know what you guys' worst princesses are. I'm curious. I got to be missing somebody that sucks. What is your opinion on Gordon Ramsay? I was on a Gordon Ramsay kick when I was younger. In college, I don't know why. Maybe I was thinking about being a culinary guy or something. I like to cook. I like to eat. But I also heard it is, to be a chef, I heard it is so frustrating and you want to kill everybody. And it is pressure and stress out the ass. Not that what I do isn't hard work and stuff, but I do manual labor and I run my own company. So I'm okay with that. It's hard ass work, but I call the shots and I don't answer to anybody. And I do heavy lifting, keeps me in good shape. And I love what I do. But I don't know why, but I was a big fan of Gordon Ramsay. I watched Kitchen Nightmares, Hotel Hell, all the every Gordon Ramsay show pretty much I watched. Hotel Hell was one of my favorite because it stepped out of the kitchen. It still involved the kitchen, but it did like entire buildings, like not just the food, like the atmosphere, everything. I thought Hotel Hell was pretty cool. Gordon Ramsay, though, he's a bit of a dick. He's a bit of a cocky asshole, but sometimes we need people to be like that. I don't blame him. He deals with a lot of stupid people. I'm not trying to be mean, but there are a lot of stupid people out there. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you either don't experience the world or you might be one. No, I'm just joking. But there are a lot of stupid people out there. And Gordon Ramsay is just putting the hammer down on them. The guy who runs his channel is funny as fuck. The guy who runs his channel is funny. Oh, I'm thinking you mean Gordon Ramsay, maybe? Did you check out the trailer for his... Steph, I saw those trailers and I purposely didn't react to them because I meant to and I totally forgot. But Carnival Row, I didn't see the trailer, but I kind of in passing was walking by and I saw all these fairies flying in the air and I'm like, what the hell is that? And then all of a sudden somebody was like, it's Carnival Row. And I'm like, and I turned it off. So all I saw was Orlando Bloom in like it kind of reminded me of Taboo. Like the Tom Hardy show Taboo, it gave me that kind of feel. Like it looked like that time period. It looked like that weird kind of like supernatural things going on. There were clearly fairies flying in the sky. But like I said, I saw the first 20 seconds, maybe not even 10 seconds, and I turned it off. So I definitely got to react to it. But it looks intriguing. You could talk about it because I'm going to react to it either way. And the images are still going to be in there. But his Dark Materials, I didn't watch either. I just saw the bear armored up. Looks like something out of, we talked about this last time, the Compass movie, something Compass. It definitely looks cool. When are those coming out? Because I definitely, if I had to pick one of the two, Carnival Row looks like based on what I saw and what I know, Carnival Row seems like awesome. I love that time period. It looks like 1800s, but like a supernatural alternate universe, because clearly there are fairies. I haven't seen a fairy in real life. Have any of you seen a fairy in real life? Because I would like to have a chat with you. Would you be down for a Lost The Next Generation series focusing on Aaron, Littleton, Yeon Kwan, Charlie Pace, the next generation? Oh, the way I read that was like you were combining Star Trek and Lost. I thought it was like a spoof, but you're calling it Lost The Next Generation, focusing on little Aaron. So like baby Aaron, oh, the little kids. That's right. The daughter of Jin and Sun, Charlie. Oh, that's right. Charlie was Desmond's little kid. Clementine. Oh my God. I didn't realize how many kids there were. Yeah. So we got Sun and Jin's kid, Claire's kid, Desmond's kid, Clementine is Sawyer's kid, Megan Pace. Which one was Megan Pace? Megan Pace. Was that Desmond's other kid? Charlie Pace, Megan Pace. That one I'm not sure. Did Desmond have 2 kids? Julian Carlson, Ben and Hurley. And Julian, the last 2 I'm not sure of. Megan and Julian I'm not sure of. But all the other babies I remember. But that would be awesome. I never even thought of that. There are enough babies of major role like characters that they could do that and then have Ben and Hurley. I like that idea. I never thought of that because I'm always thinking of how could they bring it back. Ben and Hurley, Claire's still around. But I like that. I like that. It would give you a sentimental, emotional attachment to every character, but still let you get a whole new cast. That is genius. I like it. Your yearly reminder that Four Loko exists. This isn't Four Loko, by the way. It looks like Four Loko, but it's not. It's Steel Reserve. It is a spiked malt liquor. One of these babies is 9%. I treated myself because tomorrow I have off. Sunday I have off. So I'm treating myself and having a little buzz go on while we chat. It tastes just like watermelon. And this is Bud Ice, too, because it's a little freaking sweet. All right. Sorry if I burp. What is your favorite steak or favorite type of crystal? What an odd question, but I'm intrigued. What is your favorite? Oh, shit. It went away. Where'd it go? Did you check out? All right. What is your favorite steak? I am so sorry, guys. What is your favorite steak? My favorite steak is even though it's cheap and it's plain, I like a flank steak. Flank steak, I like when they roll it up and then you put it on the grill. I like to cook it outside on the grill. If you see this right here, there's a sliding screen door, giant sliding door, the master bedroom. Right out here is a massive deck with multiple grills. I got a generator over here in case I lose my power all the time. In case I lose power, I have a generator here now that I could run a cord right in this, power up all my stuff. In case I ever lose power again, I could still access you guys. But I love me a flank steak. I love to roll out a flank steak on the grill. I don't know. It's a little chewy, but I don't know. I dig me a flank steak. Favorite type of crystal? That is a weird one. Favorite type of crystal? I don't even get that. Are we talking like real? Are we talking like gems? Like precious gems? If I had to pick a crystal, I'm trying to think of things from the movies. I'm trying to think of like crystals from the movies. The dark crystal. The dark crystal is my favorite. I don't know. A yearly reminder for we didn't get answers in Lost till last season because they didn't actually have a plan. Then when they need to end it, they were fucked. Exactly. Didn't Four Loko kill someone? I got to keep remembering I have a mic on. Four Loko, alcohol kills people. So I'm willing to bet at some point Four Loko had something to do with someone's death. But Four Loko was, guys, see this is what I was saying. This is 8%, 9% watermelon malt liquor. It's beer, basically, flavored beer. There were Four Locos that when I got this, right next to this was Four Loco. Some of the Four Locos are up to 15% alcohol in a can like this. This is 8 or 9. If I drink this whole thing, I'll be pretty ready for bed. If I drink both of these together, you guys will not see me standing. But I even though it looks like I'm chugging them, I know my limits. But my point is that thing is 8%, and one of those will get a normal person pretty lit. The Four Locos now are like 15% alcohol. If you drank one of those, you'd probably if you drank it fast enough, you'd have to have your stomach pumped. So Four Locos were taken off the market and now are reformulated, stronger than ever. And I see kids drinking them all the time by the arcade where I work. They're walking around the streets in the back drinking them, which is already illegal to drink on the streets. And they're probably underage. Horrible ideas. And the liquor store by me, you could buy a Four Loko for $2.50 and they won't even card you. And the thing will, one of them will kill a normal man. So yeah, liquor does kill. Be responsible. I'd watch that. Ray is talking about doing the new generation, the next generation. I totally love that idea. Charmed Original, you have spoiled me because now that's all I can think about. That is brilliant. I am disgusted with myself that I did not realize that there were so many babies that they could do something like that. I chugged the beer too fast. See, what I didn't anticipate is the gassy burps I would have from chugging it. Do you like the Addams Family? My favorite version are the original episodes. Alex, I do love me some Addams Family, but I'm not too keen on the new animated trailer. The new animated trailer, they're making Gomez look like a total pushover, and Gomez was always sort of like one of my favorites, but mainly because Raul Julia played him in the movies. If we're going to the original TV show, he was still like a goofy dude, but he wasn't like a pushover. In the animated show, they're making him look like a total doofus and just pushing him around. And I didn't like that. I also don't like that style of animation. I don't like the weird, I don't know. I just didn't like the animation. I'm not a big animation guy to begin with. If you guys know me, you know I'm not a big animation guy. So I don't know. It's hard to please me. And the Spider-Verse movie, fantastic. I loved it. I've seen it a million times at this point. So it's not that I won't watch any animated stuff. It's just that I'm picky and I'm not digging the story and the characters already, like the way they're portraying them. So do love some Addams Family, but not too keen on the new stuff they're doing. Ray Masters, me too. I dig the Lost theory, or not theory, like pitch idea, I guess I'd say. Best episode of Kitchen Nightmares. Oof. Best episode of Kitchen Nightmares. Honestly, I binge watched them so much, I can't even remember it. If I had to go to Kitchen Nightmares, there was the one, not to make people grossed out or something, but there was the one, I don't remember the place or where they were or what town or anything, but they had a stand-up freezer that the guy stored all the stuff and everything was rotting. And he actually went in the back with Gordon Ramsay, and Gordon Ramsay was like, dude, this shit is rotting. And he literally scooped it from the bottom and put it on top. It was now it's clean. Ha ha ha. Like the guy was total batshit crazy, clueless moron that Gordon Ramsay's you're going to kill people. And he's just ha ha, not if I mix it up. Dude, you're joking about people's lives. That would happen all the time. There was a dead rat. It might have been in the same episode. There was a dead rat in the stove or something like that. There was literally charcoal critters in the back ventilation of the stoves and stuff. Totally gross stuff. Then there was Bar Rescue. Bar Rescue had crazy ones too, freaking glass in the ice, where the bartenders scoop your ice in your glass. They drained it out and he found piles of shard glass, and they're yeah, but it's in the bottom, we always reload it. It's you have glass in your ice bin. You're literally grabbing glasses like this and serving drinks in the ice, and there's glass. And their excuse was, yeah, but it's at the bottom. Freaking crazy. It makes me wonder. The other day I went to a bar and I go, can I get a Bud Light? And they go, bottle or draft? I go, draft. And one of the guys at the bar literally goes, you get the bottle and pour it into a glass. And I'm like, I don't know. Because I go, I don't like drinking out of a bottle. I like drinking out of a glass. He goes, get the bottle and pour it in a glass. And I'm like, why? He's like, they haven't cleaned their taps in like 2 years. And I'm like, that's horrible. Like, I could have died over a $2 beer. You pay another $1 for a bottle, but it's worth it if you're going to die. Crazy people. Ariel sees a man and goes, whoa, let me prepare for this. Ariel sees a man and goes, I want some dick. Makes a deal that curses her and almost gets herself killed. Everything she does empowers her own villain, and a man has to save her. She is the worst. Oh, with Ariel. Oh. Ah. All right. I see where you're going about the worst princesses. See, I'm saying they're all like lovable characters, but you're saying some of them had impure motives. Like she saw a man, all she wanted was some dick, makes a deal. I get it. I guess if you go that route, yeah. Mine was the crazy husband/wife dude. I feel like that's a lot of episodes. Yes, the ones that had the pastry shop. Oh my God, you actually know? Wait, do I know that one? The pastry shop. My God, that lady was nuts. Amy's Bakery. Her husband got deported after the show aired. Yep, that one was crazy, crazy eyes. I had to have seen it. And I cannot believe that Ray knew what you were talking about immediately. It makes me mad that I don't know. Amy's Bakery. I'm going to have to look this up after. Amy's Bakery. I've seen every episode. It's just sometimes I would binge watch them like on a I just like go to town. So a lot of them mesh together. I definitely got to revisit that one though. There's a Pride Parade joke about seeing fairies somewhere in there. Oh, there was not a joke. I mean, there probably is a joke in there, but I was not intending on that. I'm back. What's up, Great One Kid? I didn't know you left, but welcome back. And then we all signed. Oh, sighed. The Amy's Baking Company, one of the only episodes of Kitchen Nightmares I ever watched. It was just, how can I not picture that? The Amy's Bakery episode. I am mad at myself. I have watched episodes a lot of times. I've seen Amy's ranting about Gordon Ramsay and Kitchen Nightmares on Gordon's YouTube channel. It's funny and sad at the same time. She even commented on a reaction channel reacting to the episode. Oh my God, I'm going to have to find that. Do you know who was the reaction channel? Because now I kind of want to see this. Megan is Charlie's brother, Liam's daughter. Oh, okay, yes. Yes. Okay. And Julian Carlson is Juliet's sister's. Oh, Charmed Original. How many times have you seen this through? Because I pride myself on knowing obscure trivia, and I did not remember those names. Maybe because you theorized this or pitched this, you remembered, but I did not remember those names. And I know some crazy deep stuff. And Charmed Original, where are you from? Because I see the Florida Lee. I'm wondering if you're New Orleans. If you are, you probably know I'm a Saints fan. Do you like Brock Lesnar? No, we talked about this. I hate Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, I think, is a overrated sack of shit. And I hated him when he went to UFC. Never really watched a whole lot of wrestling, so I didn't care when he was there. But I think he's a sack of bull donkey. I think he died of too much caffeine by drinking lots of Four Loko. Yeah, but Four Loko is also an energy drink, so it balances out. Imagine a stop-motion Addams Family movie. Stop-motion animation. I could see that. I'd have to see it. If you make Gomez not be a pushover, I'm in. Did you see that some dude in the Two Best Friends Play subreddit was giving out guest tickets to see the past 5 finale of JoJo on Crunchyroll? I did not see some dude in the Two Best Friends Play. I don't know what that is. Seedless watermelon, get the Addams Family idea out of my head. It hurts. I'd also bring back the monster. He'd have survived, and the last actor who betrayed them, along with Walt, Ben, Hurley, and Desmond, is lost. Next generation. See, here's the thing. See, what my understanding, I've rewatched the finale a lot. Now I'm going to go deep into the finale, guys. Like the final episode I'm talking of Lost. This is going to Charmed Original and whoever else knows what I'm talking about. But couldn't, like, at the end, Jack comes out, some part of like a lake or something. Couldn't Jack be the smoke monster? Why did he die? Why did Jack have to die? This was probably explained. I know he was bleeding out and everything. He passed it off to Hurley. That's right. He passed it off to Hurley, so he's not immortal. Okay. But I feel like Jack could have been the smoke monster. Jack could have been the smoke monster. Hurley and Ben could have did their thing. Hurley's like the new Jacob. Like, why couldn't Jack have been the smoke monster? I would have dug that. Part 6 will probably be out in 2 years. Part 6. Are we talking JoJo? I don't know what part 6 of what. I'm losing because we're talking about so many different things. I can't wait for my favorite gay black priest to be animated. Gay black priest. What is he from? My favorite gay black priest. What is he from? What is the gay black priest from? Avdol? I don't know what that means. Nope. Also spoilers. I'll just say that he's gay for Dio. That can be any of them, even the baby. She commented on an Ashton and John video. Oh, Ashton and John video is the woman that commented on the reaction, I guess. Got a busy day tomorrow, so I'm out later, everybody. Ray, take care, brother. You're from Canada. Charmed Originals from Canada. What is your favorite Charmed Original? If you don't mind me getting specific, I like to learn who my people are that watch and talk in these things. I know most about the rest that are talking. Charmed Original is, I can't know a lot based on Charmed Original. Are you a woman or a man? If you're okay with telling me that. I'm just curious if you're a woman or a man, because Charmed Original could be either. What is your epoch in Earth's history? What does that mean? What is your favorite? I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'm seeing that wrong. What is your favorite in Earth's history? Have you seen the plot of the Walking Dead video games? It depends which games you're talking about. I play Our World. I play Our World on mobile a lot. I am in a group on Our World on a mobile Walking Dead game. I play a lot. I'm like probably the third highest in our group, and we're ranked in like the top 100 in the whole game. So I play it a lot. But as far as games go beyond that, I don't know much about them. My mom plays the Telltale games that are on your mobiles, I guess, or like mobile download, stuff like that. My mom does most of them. So basically, whatever I know is based off of that, but I don't know a whole lot about the games beyond Our World. Bro, what are you on? I need some. Oh, Alex Waldman. I was like, me? I'm drinking a beer, but I'm pretty good. My favorite epoch is the Heliosen. Night Ray. I don't know what. Because the epoch thing. I'm not very clear on that either. Seedless watermelon, it's Chinese food. I'm from Pennsylvania. Whereabouts in Pennsylvania, Alex? You're probably very close to me. I'm like very close to the border of Pennsylvania. Favorite animated movie? My favorite of all time is Goofy. Don't ask me why, can you believe? But this isn't my favorite of all time, but one of my favorite animation movies I watch a lot. And it's so obscure, I never hear anyone talk about it, is Anastasia. Anastasia is one of my favorite animated movies. I love all the music. The animation's great, especially for the time. It holds up still. I love me some Anastasia. If I went with Disney, stuff like that, like if I had to throw something on that was animated, I'm trying to think of what I would do animated wise. But I love Anastasia, Little Mermaid, Lion King. I mean, all those are pretty generic like go-tos, but Anastasia is probably one that's off the beaten path that a lot of people don't talk about. I heard someone say yesterday, I'd never seen it, but Treasure Planet. I heard someone say that Treasure Planet was very good. And I've never seen it. I heard of it. I've seen like it in the video stores when I was younger and stuff like that. Never saw it. Heard very good things. I believe it's Disney, but like it was like one of those really high budget, unique Disney movies that didn't succeed, basically. And yours is the Goofy movie. That's a random one to be a fan. I mean, not that it's a bad movie, but like for your favorite anime of all time, Goofy movie's a random one. Charmed original, you're a man. All right, good to know. I was just curious because I don't know, I'm just curious. I like to like sort of picture the people I'm talking to, and you're talking in the chat for a good amount of time now, so I like to learn more about the people that talk more. I don't have to ask people like Alex. I'm assuming Alex is a man. I could be wrong. Actually, Alex could be a girl. I'm assuming you're a guy. But now that I think of it, I do have a friend that is a woman whose name is Alex. So it definitely could be a woman too. You cannot assume in today's day and age. Disney's Atlantis. I don't know. I'm guessing that's your favorite animated movie. Disney's Atlantis. Have I seen that? I don't think I've seen that either, if that's what you're saying. Telltale's The Walking Dead has a plot as canon and even uses some familiar faces in the beginning. Really? Where does it take place? The Telltale's games, where does it take? I mean, like, is it, I'm assuming it's apart from our regular group of people, like a fairly close location, I'm assuming. Have you seen The Leftovers? Charmed original. I sadly binge watched The Leftovers right before I started reacting. So yes, I did see it. I loved it. I wish it was longer. I feel like The Leftovers, much like Lost, was very rushed in the end. I think people told me it was planned that way, but I feel like the ending of Leftovers was very rushed. Maybe it wasn't planned, but I loved it. It just was very short-lived. And I wish they did more with it. But yes, I did see it. Treasure Planet is amazing and widely underrated. That's what I heard. I've got to check it out. What about Fear the Walking Dead? I have not seen Fear the Walking Dead. I watched maybe 3 or 4 episodes in the first season with the same girl I was talking about that I watched Once Upon a Time with. We got into it right. I think it was like the week before we broke up. We started watching it. And I wasn't into it to begin with, and we just stopped. So Fear of the Walking Dead, I did not watch past like 3 or 4 episodes. Didn't dig it, but I did hear from a lot of people that Fear of the Walking Dead gets much better. So maybe I'll revisit that because I am loving The Walking Dead recently. Even though it did have like its down points, I am now loving The Walking Dead. So maybe I'll give Fear another shot. Daniela's daughter was Alex. So... Oh, true. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Alex was a girl in Lost. Is that your room? Yes, it is my room. This is my master bedroom. I have a guest room next door that I never use, except when my brother visits, which is twice a year, if that. I was thinking about converting the guest room into an office. That way I could do all this in there without, I mean, not that my room looks fine, but I was thinking about doing that. Possibility. My favorite animated movie is 9, if that counts. I haven't seen that either. Looks very interesting, but I haven't seen it. I was going to say, you're probably saying if that counts because it's kind of like CGI, right? Or more computerized. I do remember when that came out. I've just never seen it. You know that iconic backed up highway in the first season? That where it starts before anything really goes down. I'm assuming you're talking about the Telltale's game of Walking Dead. My favorite animated film of all time is It's Such a Beautiful Day. That I've never heard of either. It's Such a Beautiful Day. I don't think I've heard of that. 9 definitely counts. Got to check that out. That is true. Alex is a gender neutral name, but for me, I am a guy. The film is in my 30 greatest films of all time. It's Such a Beautiful Day. I'm assuming you're writing more about that, but I'm going to ask in case you didn't. Do you know what the Walking Dead characters are now series regulars? Do you know what Walking Dead characters are now series regular? No, I don't. Should I know? Fear the Walking Dead? I heard something about Morgan. I heard something about Morgan being on Fear because they kept announcing it on Talking Dead after The Walking Dead, how Morgan was going over. I wasn't aware there was more. You can tell me if you want. Even if I do watch it, I'm not worried about spoilers, and I probably will forget anyway. 9 was a great movie. It counts, but barely anyone knows it. In fact, the first episode takes place at Herschel's farm, and you get to see his son die. You also meet up with Glenn. So this is way before Walking Dead? Because Herschel's son was already dead, right? Or did we not know he had a son? I'm not clear on. It's Such a Beautiful Day is made by Don Hertzfeld, the guy who made Rejected and that weird couch gag on The Simpsons, and the story and how they tell it is so amazing. How long are you going to be on? I'll probably do, I don't know, maybe another 30 minutes. Great one, kid. What is your favorite lake? Alex Waldman, I feel like you were made for this channel with the questions. What is your favorite lake? The lake by my house. I ran around it 1,000,000 times in my life. It's called Watchung Lake, is it? Yeah, Watchung Lake. Yes, it is. Morgan is season 4, and is season 5. Dwight becomes part of the team. Does he? Now, is it? You could tell me. I don't care, like I said, about spoilers. I already know some stuff. Is Dwight, is it running canon with the show The Walking Dead, or is it Dwight before he met Negan's crew? It's simple animation wise, just a bunch of stick figures, but the storytelling and the emotion made me cry and literally changed my life. You're talking about It's Such a Beautiful Day. Seedless, I'm going to have to check that out. You are praising that highly, my friend. So I'm definitely going to have to check that out. It's Such a Beautiful Day. Definitely going to take a gander at that after this. All right, let's see where I was at. Morgan, blah, blah, blah. It's simple, blah, blah, blah. By the way, I don't know if you have realized this, but I like asking random, interesting questions. Alex, many of us in this group do this. So believe it or not, you are not unique in this group. We have, I think it was Can You Believe? And Great One Kid would ask me the most random questions. We've kind of got a nice little flow going now. And I like, in the beginning, I was hesitant when certain people jump on, like Great One Kid. I love that you're in the chat and I love that you talk. In the beginning, Great One Kid, I thought was one of those people that was trolling me, and people were actually like, bump this kid, but he actually has a lot of good things to say, and he's just goofing around. It was all in good fun, and I don't mind that. I only mind when people are like intentionally hurting other people. If you're just like goofing around and stuff, I am a goof myself. I mean, there's limits to it, obviously, but like people seem to know the limits. So these are everyone in the chat right now with regards to like Alex and Charmed, who I haven't seen in a whole lot of the live streams. Everyone else is pretty much always in my live streams. Seedless, Steph, my brother, Great One Kid, Can You Believe? All these people are every time I do a live stream, and I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate that you guys jump in. Like I said, sometimes I just like to chat with people, And you guys always have interesting things to say. Fuck that film is great. By the way, I don't know if you have realized. Fuck that film is great. All you keep doing is praising it. I gotta check it out. Have you seen my YouTube channel, The Great One Kid? I just hit to Great One Kid. I highly doubt that is true. Is that true? I mean, if you have 2 million subscribers and you find your time to talk to me every live stream, then not only do I commend you, but I think that would be amazing. You're saying yes, you really do. I'm assuming there is a channel called Great One Kid that has 2 million and you're trying to trick me. If you really have 2 million, then I will kiss your blessed feet. Alex, what is your favorite new wave French film? That is an extremely odd question, but I think we're going for odd questions now. Telltale's The Walking Dead is set way before the TV show is separated by episodes and has 4 seasons with its own Michonne spinoff. Does it come out? Like, how do they release the games? Because I feel like sometimes my mom is like binge playing it, and then sometimes she like don't care. I feel like recently she just played it a lot. So maybe like a new edition came out, like maybe like a month or two ago. I feel like when I saw my mom, she was playing it a lot. Seedless Watermelon is Band of Outsiders, but only based on the cover. Jean-Luc Godard is such a great film director. Yes. I'm back. What did I miss? Oh my fucking God. It's because I think that just because you are not as big as all the YouTube channels doesn't mean that you don't have fans. Great One Kid. Do you legitimately have, I mean, you guys probably think I'm gullible for even asking, but I mean, if things are possible. I just don't, I'm willing to bet Great One Kid has 2 million subscribers, but it's not you, Great One Kid. See, it's hard to believe you because you do goof on me a lot. I'm back. What I miss? Oh my fucking shut the fuck up, kiddo. It is after, but the timelines are different. Of course, The Walking Dead is now on day 3,500. Is that a real thing, Charmed? I always wondered that. I always wondered like where exactly they were. Do they actually have a day count? 3,005. So that's like 10 years later. Well, it's only day 958 of the apocalypse on. Oh, so they're way behind after the season 5 mid-season. Yeah, because they did do a huge time jump, so that makes sense, I guess. What is your favorite living dinosaur? Well, no dinosaur is living. There is no living dinosaur. If I had to pick a dinosaur, I love me some raptors. The games are done. No more will be made and is on a console and PC. It was released on schedule. Alex, what is the worst type of praying mantis? No, but I did do a Caleb with a guy with 2 million subscribers. His name was Graham Toy Show. I figured so much. Didn't Telltale go out of business? Waldman Chickens. Alex Waldman Chickens. Wait, that's your favorite praying mantis? Chickens? Actually, games are so much randomness is being talked about. Anyway, I finally caught up to the bottom of the chat, but I'm probably going to talk till about 2:30, guys. It's probably his favorite living dinosaur. Oh, chickens. Good job, Steph. Thank you for the interpretation. I was not understanding. I'm like, I'm literally like looking back at the comments. I'm like, chickens. What the hell is chickens? Yes, you can see full day to day breakdowns for blah, 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 on their wikis. Telltale went out of business, but The Walking Dead IP was sold to Skybound. THC versus CBD. What is that? C-list, tell me what those are. The THC, I don't know what those are. CBD and THC. I don't have a least favorite praying mantis, but I love the orchard mantis. BBC. Weed. Oh, THC. I'm thinking it's abbreviation for a TV show. What's your favorite type of emu? Oh, we're getting into some seriously weird questions now. Do you watch AE? No, that's the new wrestling, right? I have not seen it, but people are talking about it everywhere I go. AEW by what is it? Dusty Rhodes' kids? Or is it Dusty Rhodes? I think it's Dusty Rhodes' kids. In other news, the new season of Glow dropped on. Did it? I haven't seen Glow yet, Steph. How many of you in the chat have seen Glow, and should I watch it? I didn't know they were dropping a news. I honestly didn't even think that show was still going. There's something on my monitor. It was like right on my face. There we go. I didn't even know. Steph, that is big news. Have you heard that they are doing SpongeBob SquarePants spinoffs? Alex, believe it or not, I've never seen SpongeBob SquarePants. I know of him. I know the song. I've actually never watched SpongeBob, though. People freak when I say that. Like as an American man, I should have seen SpongeBob my whole life or something. Gasp. See, Alex gasped. Alex, who's your favorite breakcore artist? I don't even know what that is. Glow is great. I was a big fan of the original Glow show in the 80s. I didn't know it was original. I didn't know there was an original Glow. I thought that was like a thing. Do links show up when you post in the comments? I haven't seen any. So if you're sending links, then no, they don't. But I'm not sure. I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure you can't because they don't want people like spamming shit while you're chatting. So probably not. Glow is real. I can't believe Glow had an 80s show. Jat or skate? What the frick is Jat? What is Jat or skate? I don't have a favorite breakcore artist, but some annoy me. Venetian Shares is awesome. Glow was real is no longer. How many episodes? Yeah, it was the gorgeous ladies of Wrestling. Steph, how many episodes of Glow are in a season? And how long are these episodes? And where do you rank it on your list? And who else? No, I'm just joking. I honestly, Glow is one of those shows that I keep hearing about. And I love Allison Brie. And I know she's in it. And part of me wants to just watch it because I don't want to wait to react. But at the same token, I also don't want to I'd like to react to it because I don't see anybody reacting to Glow on YouTube. Jack and Kate or Sawyer and Kate? Ooh, that's good. We were literally talking about this the other day, Charmed Original. Jack and Kate or Sawyer and Kate? I think Jack and Kate worked better, but I liked Sawyer better than Jack. Even though most people, I think it's funny, a lot of people, even the reactors, are like such huge Jack fans. I thought Sawyer was so much better than Jack. I liked Locke, Ben, Sawyer. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jack was great, but I didn't think Jack was like the greatest. Some people will fight you to the death that Jack was the greatest. But I thought Sawyer was cooler than Jack. Jack was still in my top 10, probably my top 5. But Ben and Locke were my top 2. I think Ben, there's one of my usual guys in the chat literally has Ben as his icon, and Ben is his favorite. And I'd have to agree. I think Ben is my all-time favorite. But if I had to pick, I would pick Sawyer. And that's another thing, Charmed Original. I think Jack is better with Kate because Sawyer and Juliet are amazing. And if it wasn't for Penny and Desmond, I would definitely say that Sawyer and Juliet were my favorite couple. Sawyer and Juliet actually might be my favorite couple, even with Penny and Desmond. I just think Penny and Desmond had more impact and more important episodes. But if I had to pick, I absolutely love Juliet. I think Juliet is like, if I could form a perfect woman to marry, I think I would marry Juliet. Don't get me wrong. Kate is like fun. Kate is like the fun, adventurous one you'd want to like date and hook up with. But Kate, at the end, don't get me wrong, she takes care of Aaron, she does her thing. But like Juliet is like such a badass woman. She's like loving. She's a great liar. She doesn't take shit. She's smart. She's like a doctor. She does what she has to do to survive. I absolutely love Juliet. Juliet is probably my favorite woman on the show. Juliet is definitely in my top 10 of all of the characters. But as far as women go, Juliet is probably my favorite. I'm trying to think of like who else could be, but Juliet is friggin', oh, I love Juliet. And Juliet and Sawyer together, beautiful. The whole like flashback scene at the end when they like reunite and everything. Let's go Dutch. Ah, love him. Cain Velasquez made his wrestling debut last Sunday. The above is their ship names. Jack and the Swire. What is their ship names? Oh, Jate and Skate. I should have caught that, Charmed Original. We're talking about so many things. I should have caught that. As I'm mad at myself now. I should have caught that. 10 Android or Apple. I'm Android. But everyone else in my family and friends are Apple. My brother, sister, mother, father all have iPhones. And most of my best friends have iPhones. I am a lone soldier, but I have always had an Android. I just think Android's got better technology. Even though Apple is more exclusive with the little clicks and everyone's like friends, oh, I've got an iPhone. I think Android's got better cameras, better technology, is ahead of the curve. But you don't get the exclusive little club that Apple has. Nothing against it. I almost considered switching at times, but I've stayed Android. 10 episodes a season. Oh, we're talking about Glow. 10 episodes a season. Episodes are around 30, 40 minutes. I think it's a good show. Very funny at times. I don't think if you know Mark Maron, but he's one of the stars. He's really good. Mark Maron, he's a comedian, right? I think he's got a stand-up on Netflix right now, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Mark Maron, comedian, beard, glasses. I think he's the guy I'm thinking of. You and some people think Walter White did nothing wrong. Oh, you. Yeah. And some people think Walter White did nothing wrong. Walter White did a lot wrong. Walter White basically shit on his whole family, which is why a lot of people don't like the show. Not that, I mean, it's a good show, but I should say a lot of people don't like his character because he was kind of a prick. What's your favorite Arrowgore manga? Berserk. Berserk is not Arrowgore. I never even heard of that. I've never heard of that comment. I mean, that statement, Arrowgore. Would you rather have infinite reincarnations, but you don't remember the next life, or reincarnate once and have your memories? Would you rather have infinite reincarnations, but you don't? Yeah. So people have pitched this idea before. I would rather reincarnate once and have your memories. What good are a million lives if you don't remember? I'd rather have one awesome life that I remember. The Constant or Flashes Before Your Eyes? Who? I would have to say The Constant. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, sorry. Charmed Original is deep, and I like it. And I know exactly where you're at. The Constant, season 4, episode 5. Flashes Before Your Eyes, season 3, episode 9. That's how, I'm pretty sure I'm right. If I'm right, that's how much I know about Lost. I remember the major episodes specifically, but The Constant was season 4, episode 5. Positive about that. Flashes Before Your Eyes, I think, was season 3, episode 9, I want to say. But both were very Desmond focused. But The Constant, man, both were good. Don't get me wrong. Flashes Before Your Eyes, great. It established where Desmond's role was going. But I feel like The Constant was just a better episode. Don't get me wrong. Both were great. Remember that time Mark interviewed Gallagher and it went so poorly he fucking left? Oh, I have to go back and see where that's related to. Are we talking about wrestling? 10 episodes? I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if I can remember off the top of my head, but I bet I've read some. Kentaro Mora can go fuck himself. Berserk has been going on for 30 years now, and he's still lazing off playing idle shit. Elizabeth Mitchell, Juliet for the win. Love her. Where's she been? Where's that actress been? I feel like I haven't seen her, and she is phenomenal. I would marry her. She's probably like older than my mom right now, but I'll marry her, and I will go Dutch tomorrow. We both know Berserk really is. Will you see the new Melissa McCarthy movie? I'll probably will. Which one are you talking about? She's in 1,000 of them. Which one's the new one? I'm trying to think of which is possibly the new one. Because we were just joking about. I mean, like I said, I have nothing against her. I just feel like she's way too much stuff. I want to see more. I want to see variety. I want to see more different girls and stuff. Did you see The Good Place? Haven't seen The Good Place. Great one, kid. My brother, a lot of people big on that show. I haven't seen it, but I heard it's getting canceled. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's getting canceled, which makes me not want to rush into it because I hate marathoning shows that are getting canceled. Berserk has been going on for too long that I have lost interest in it, but it's still the great manga of our generation. Not my generation. Have you seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel? Charmed original. I have not. I know of them. I've seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie with Christy Swanson. I've seen that. Haven't never seen the show. Have never seen Angel. I saw Smallville. I've seen CW shows. Just never saw that. Greatest manga in history. Would you rather die young but rich or live forever poor? I'd live forever poor. I was poor. Like, I had no money half my life. So I know how to get by. I know how to have a good time with no money. I don't need money to have a good time. I make my own way. I'd rather live forever and be poor. But I also don't want to live forever. It gets to a point where you like get bored. But if it was an option, I'd rather live forever and die and be poor. I'll make fun. I can make fun with $1. You can give me 50 cents and I'll find a way to have a good time. So, One Piece. In Sweden, you can go on a moose safari. Believe me, I have been on one. Really? It was Charmed originally. Are you sure? Charmed original. I think Constant was 4/5. Are you sure? 4. I feel like you're not right. I feel like 4/8. I feel like it was maybe 3/8 or 3/9. I don't think season 4 had the Flashes episode. I definitely know Constant was 4/5, but I think you're wrong about 4/8. I could be wrong, but I think I almost want to look it up. What was it? Flashes Before Your Eyes. I'm pretty sure Flashes Before Your Eyes was season 3. Unless I made a boo-boo. Yeah, Buffy. One Piece is great and will probably be called the greatest manga of our generation, but I'm more lean towards manga due to its themes, blood, sex. I get it. One Piece I never seen. I know of it. I know the animation style, stuff like that, but I've never seen it. Elizabeth Mitchell is 49 years old. I'll marry her. I'm 37, so I'll take her. If you know her, give me her number. I'll hit her up. I would die young and rich because to live forever is torture. Bad spelling. I agree, Alex. That's why I said I wouldn't want to live forever, but I also don't want to die young and rich. Like, could I be poor and live as long as I want? Like when I'm ready to go, I want to just be able to be like, all right, I'm done, but I'll be poor. I just don't want to die young and be rich. Like, I don't want that. But I also don't want to live forever, whether I'm poor or rich. I don't want to live forever. Eventually it gets to you. Isn't that Juliet woman in The Expanse now? If she is, Steph, then I have more reason to watch The Expanse, because I've never seen The Expanse. But if Juliet is in that shit, I want to watch it. Mark Maron interviewed Gallagher, and he kept asking what he meant for some statements. Racist shit against black comics. Stand-up comedians are lazy and entitled for drinking water on stage reading one. Mark Maron. I'm pretty sure that's the guy I'm thinking of. I prefer Asian novels than manga. Thoughts on the new Tool track? Seedless, I have not listened to the new Tool track. I didn't know Tool made a new track. Tool is old as shit. Tool's making new music to their cell phones. Gallagher got mad. He didn't 100% back him, so he got up and fucking left his hour-long podcast 15 minutes in. Really? Gallagher, like the watermelon smashing Gallagher? What? You must react to them ASAP. They are both grade A kick-ass shows. Yeah, Buffy and Angel. I'm not doubting they are. During that time, I was very big into 90210, Dawson's Creek. I feel like The OC. I feel like I missed Buffy and Angel because I was watching other like soap opera-ish type shows. I don't know why, but I was extremely into 90210. Doesn't seem like I'd be the guy, but I feel like it was 90210. I mean, I was really into that. I don't know why. What? You must react, blah, blah. My vote for best manga is, I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm not a big manga person, but I love that one. So are you a cheapskate and do you like to save money? So are you a cheapskate? I am not a cheapskate, but I do save money. I have very fancy cars. I always buy what I want. I never like hesitate. I spoil myself, but I also do not waste money, and I save a good deal. I have plenty saved up for my retirement. Oops, that was a typo. Blue, Phoenix, and Stellar Transformations. Mangas ever the last scene. As soon as you go, this is just trying to make the Fibonacci sequence scary. Lost all horror for me. It was 3-8. Okay. I knew it was season 3. I was going to say, because I knew the flashes before your eyes happened way before the constant. That's why when you said it was 4-8, I'm like, wait, I'm not a professional. I thought it was 3-9, but I was pretty damn close. You got to give me that. But I knew it was before the constant. Tool has finally made music after 13 years, bro. It's called Fear, and I cannot believe that. I can't believe Tool made a new thing. I'm not going to start an argument, but I'll just say I thought all his stories were campy and he couldn't figure out less is more. Yes, Elizabeth Mitchell's on The Expanse. I'm going to have to check that out. I love Juliet. It makes me want to watch it. The new Tool album comes out the 30th, right, of this month? Or did come out the 30th. What's the powerhouse of the cell? I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, Watermelon Gallagher, the Watermelon Gallagher. Oh, and your Sealess Watermelon. I just made that connection. The new track was pretty meh. What is the cytoplasm? The original Beverly Hills with Jason, Shannon, blah blah blah. The original with Jason Priestley and Shannon Doherty and all them. I was a huge fan. I never saw the new one. Surprisingly, I was a massive fan of the original. Never saw the new one. Because I like didn't know what to expect and I didn't have like my people back. So I was like, I mean, it could be good. I just never watched it. Should I react to the new one? I don't know. I would definitely have to do a recap of the original because I haven't seen it in forever. Slipknot released a new album too. Didn't like it too much. 6 out of 10 for the Slipknot album. I can't wait for a powerhouse of the Cell. 30th of this month is the new Tool album. Have you seen the new Beverly Hills Night show? They premiered this week. What? Is that real? Have you seen the new Beverly Hills Night? Did they premiere a new Beverly Hills 90210? I didn't even hear of that, so I definitely didn't see it. How many people are in your family? I have a brother, sister, mother, father, so 4 people. But if you count cousins, aunts, uncles, my dad's got 5 or 6 brothers and sisters. My mom's got a brother. I mean, sister. All of them have 2 or 3 kids. If you count my whole family, you're talking 40, 50 people. Alex, are you on the THC or the CBD? What is your opinion of boy Girl Scouts? I was a Boy Scout. My father was the den master, so nothing weird happened, but didn't really dig it. It was kind of just like a thing I did. I got up to a wee blow and then I quit. If you guys know what we're talking about, wee blow is like the higher echelon of Boy Scouts. I got to wee blow and then I quit. Also, Tool can finally be streamed online. No, I'm not on either. Everyone knows Beverly Hills zip code 90210, but did you know Dawson's Creek is 90108? I did not know that. That the Cub Scouts, man. I am shocked that there is a new Beverly Hills 90210 show. What is it on, Charmed? I'm going to probably finish up after this. I'm going to do like another 5 minutes just because I'm starving. I got home from work, ran here, did this. We've been talking almost 3 hours. Going to do like 5 more minutes. Just curious for you, Charmed Original. What the heck is this Beverly Hills show on? How have I not heard of this? I'm not really on watching shows that much anymore. Finally listening to music. I've been doing the same thing, Seedless. I never was big with music, but I find myself like coming home after a long day and I don't really feel like getting into like an hour-long show or something. I'll like pop on like a playlist of like random stuff that people have recommended. And I totally feel you. It's like sometimes it's good to just zone out to music. I can't believe you missed that joke. What did I do? 9010. Oh, The Lost. Are you making a reference to Lost? Can you believe? The 108. It's got to be the 108. You got to be talking about Lost. Or am I really missing something? I'm trying to see what else it could be. It's got to be the 108 and Lost. What you listening bopping to? I've been listening to, I'm trying to think of what like recently. People give me playlists. Some guy named Lewis something. Lewis with a C. You guys got to know. He's mainstream now. He has a lot of like he's got an interesting voice. Louis Capalati, something like that. But I listen to anything. I'll listen to pretty much anything. If it sounds good to me, I watch it. I mean, I listen to it. I prefer classical music. It's on Fox. Fox still does it. It's sort of a weird but cool. It's Jason Shannon, Jenny, Tori, Brian, Ian, and Gabrielle playing themselves. What in the Hall of the Man? And when did this air? Did this just air? Like you just Charmed Original. It aired like this week. I'm like shocked right now that there's a show about 90210 with all the people. Actually, now I'm starting to remember when Luke Perry died. I think they said they were trying to get him, but he declined. And then he died. That's right. I do kind of remember this, but I didn't think it was this soon. And that's blowing my mind. If you only like one genre, you can't say that an album can be the greatest one. That's on his mind process. I listen to pretty much everything, like I said, but I'm going to just wait till Charmed Original gives me some info. I could easily look it up, but now I'm curious. I cannot believe there is a 90210 show that I've never heard of. But then after that, I'm going to call it a night, guys. I listened to a variety of Death Grips. Ex-Military is the best of all time. It premiered this Wednesday. It is a 6-episode event series. I might have to react to that, guys. Now man, why are we so similar, bro? You are my favorite YouTuber. Don't leave yet, please. Good night, man. Thanks for your chat. Great one, kid. I love you too, but I need to go eat. It is almost midnight where I am. I didn't eat at all. I ran home from work, had another job. Been listening to a lot of Interpol and Brian and but Death Grips, blah, blah, blah. All right, guys, I'm going to hit it. I'm definitely checking out this 90210. You guys might see me react to it tomorrow. Going to do Deadwood, Adventure Time, The Wire, try to do Misfits. Might get 90210 out. I need to friggin' see what this is. I'm so curious now. So, yeah, Charmed Original, thanks for jumping on. We do this every week, Friday nights, 9 o'clock. It's going to be a normal thing now. 9 o'clock, Friday nights. So, love you all. Thank you all for talking. Seedless, Can you believe? Great one, kid. Steph, Charmed Original. Whoever else. Alex, you're new to this. Charmed Original, you're new to this. At least the chat whole thing. So, all of you, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.